They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
What's good?
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay. How you doing this evening?
I am fine. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Okay, Gabe. I'm doing this as Gabe. I'm doing this as a courtesy. Okay, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. Okay, 2020, almost 2026. I'm not putting up with that mess no more. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. Okay, this has been 10 years. If you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. YouTube is a big place. Go fuck with somebody else. Go ahead.
This is just like an open. Okay, so
it's open panel. Okay, let me get something out of the way. Okay, the manosphere as we set it out in 2015 has already achieved its goals. Okay, I put up with a lot of bullshit to protect the vision. Okay, the vision has already been accomplished. I ain't got to protect nothing no more. Okay, so I ain't got to be nice no more. So all that politeness, the polite old man, okay, is only polite if you polite to me. If not, you're gonna get the other guy. You can get, instead of BGS, you're gonna get VHS. Is my alter ego. So we're not playing. And I had to trust and believe. Okay, Freeway Ricky Ross grew up like 6 blocks from me. I'm from the motherfucking ghetto, so I don't play. Don't bring that guy out. All right, go ahead, Clarence.
You actually said something very interesting just now. You said the manosphere has accomplished its goals.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, I wasn't here at the beginning, so I'm just a little curious as to.
Ask me what the goals are instead of beating.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Yeah.
Okay. The manosphere was to do what? Project our voices out into the public. Okay. In other words, for the most part, the gatekeepers, Oprah Winfrey, and the networks silence men's voices. Okay. That's number one. Okay. And we want to have our voices changed so we can have our say on the public square, so we can affect change. And so far with COVID and with Kevin, okay, we projected our voice and our vision and what we thought out into the public, okay, really across the world, okay, because they're talking about the simple economy in China. So we have projected way past what our original goals were. If you talk to Obsidian, you talk to Angry Man, if you talk to even O'Shea, okay, they can tell you that we have gone well beyond what we actually projected for this movement. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just okay. That makes sense. And actually, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of when you say like the goal is for men's voices to be heard, well, that's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would agree with you there. I just had one more question though. When
Go ahead.
Said affect change. What kind of change?
Okay. Some of the changes, affected changes were inevitable. Okay, because that's going to be according to your environment. Okay, number one, abortion rights is for so they can actually have white people. The thing is, if you look at the so-called loneliness epidemic amongst men, right? Where you have was it 60-70% of Gen Zs haven't had a date or had sex within a year and a half? Okay, those are what we call MGTOWs, men going their own way. And when I first started in 2013, there's only maybe 1 or 2% of those people were actually MGTOWs. Okay, not dating, not having all that, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. Now it's 70%. So in other words, our movement has gone from like 2 or 3% to like 70%. We're the majority now. Okay, that's how come you have Scott Galloway and you got Richard Reeves and Chetty and all these other people trying to negotiate with the so-called manosphere. In fact, you got the UN talking about negotiating with the manosphere. So in other words, we're a force to be reckoned with. Politically, we're a force to be reckoned with. So we gone way beyond our scope. So we're affecting change. 50-50 50 custody. Okay. That's in Kentucky already as a law. Okay. You have 3 states that talk about DNA testing at birth, amongst other things. And basically we're actually changing the family courts as far as child custody. Okay. Is because now the state has to negotiate with us. If they want men to get married and have dates and make families, they'll have to negotiate with us. They'll have to give men something. It's called affecting change. I could give you chapter and verse, but the thing is that would take too long.
You said that if I heard you correctly, you said that the amount of MGTOWs is increasing.
Okay. What? Okay.
I'm
What?
saying,
what
no, I'm asking, did I hear you correctly?
yes. Okay.
Okay. And you're saying that that's a positive outcome?
It's a necessary outcome. What is? I don't know. I don't know how. What do you know about MGTOWs?
Well, I know it stands for men going their own way,
What do you
and
know? What do you know about them? Is that it?
um, I could be wrong, but I think that's like walking away from
For
long-term
marriage,
relationships and
from
marriages and
relationship,
healthy.
marriage, in women. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you see? What do you see amongst the Generation Z in the last 2 or 3 years? What have you heard?
And Generation Z is like the younger folks, correct? Oh yeah, okay. So like the kid, they're like what, between
Between the ages 30 and like 17,
30 and
30 and 15, something like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, they all over the place. So it's a
No,
lot going on with
the
them.
generations are like 15 years, and Generation Z, I think, is 97 or so, 96, 1996 Generation Z. So they're like 29, 30 years old and going all the way down to like 14, 15 years old. What have you heard about them? They're in the news all the time. What have you heard?
You mean like in terms of their like dating and mating?
Dating and mating, yes.
Ugh, it's a mess. It's crazy.
What have you heard? I know it's a mess. What have you heard?
Marriage is down.
Marriage is down. Okay. Dating is down, right?
It's
Why,
everything positive is down for the most part.
in other words, why do you think they call them? What you heard of the male loneliness problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What have you heard about that?
Well, from what I heard about it, basically there's they say it's a growing number of men who
Hmm.
are unable to sustain the type of meaningful relationship with women that they would desire
They're,
for
they're,
whatever reason.
they're not dating. Okay. They just did a survey. Uh, that's what That's why you people that I'm not going to call you people, the folks like you that comment on this stuff, you guys don't read enough because they have been talking about this for the last 2 years. Okay. And the survey goes back to 2023. They've updated it a couple times. Okay. About it used to be like 50% of the guys not dating, having sex, and not engaged in with female relationships. Right now it's 70%. Do you guys actually keep up with that?
So,
Answer my question. Can you answer my question before
oh,
you
you
go
said
on?
okay. I thought you
I
said
said,
you
do,
I
do
keep up
y'all
with
do y'all
that.
keep up with that? Yes or no?
Not in the same way you guys would.
At all. I'm talking even cursory. Do you keep up with it?
I keep up with like modern dating trends and talking points and
That's a
things.
major freaking trend, man. It's all over the planet. Okay, all right. Chill, VHS, down boy. Okay. The thing is, those we used to call those guys MGTOWs, okay? And they thought MGTOWs were freaks and they're weird and antisocial, and they were a minority of people, okay? Okay, the Generation Z and the younger millennials have embraced that. So the movement that we started years ago, enhanced by the Black Manosphere and put on steroids by Kevin, is all over the planet now. It's called change.
My question would be, In terms of going your own way, are you going your way
I I
indefinitely,
I
or
ex-
is it like a
okay,
change?
okay. MGTOW is basically, if you listen to them, that's not going to ask you how much you know about it, because I'm not going to go through the whole history of MGTOW and the whole thing about it, because I'm not teaching a class right now. Okay. MGTOW is basically, and I told them back that it's basically a protest movement until we get a change in the environment, a change in the laws where it's actually safe and actually uh, uh, agreeable and more fruitful, actually date and engage and form families. We're not going to do it. Okay. And that's what the young people have decided. That's MGTOW. Okay. The majority of men now are MGTOWs.
Yeah, okay. Now that you put it like that, yeah, I've heard a whole lot about that in terms of making marriage more suitable for men. In terms, so like, I think they talked about like eliminating alimony, and if there's a split up, there's automatic 50-50 and stuff like
Child
that.
custody. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
And
but
modification of child support, DNA testing at birth, yada yada yada. Big reform in family courts. Okay. And Donald Trump just is put the coup de grace, okay, on it, is because he basically is killing DEI, which is a affirmative action for white women, and he's putting more money back into the males, back into male trades, back into male schooling, back into male education. Okay, so the pendulum is swinging back the other way.
okay. My thing is, so pushing for these types of policy changes, do you think it'd be fair to say that most men today don't trust women? What do you think?
It has okay. The thing is okay. Okay. The thing is, I don't know. I don't know if you guys belong in these circles, okay? Because you're thinking about an interpersonal relationship. It has nothing to do with that, okay? The protest with MGTOW is not against women. It's against who?
The government?
The state. Yeah, the state. Who makes
Okay.
the law? Who makes the? Okay, you guys mute yourselves until you get ready to talk, okay? Because I'm getting feedback. It's against the state to get change in the state. The women can't do shit without the state enforcing it, okay? Without the state making the environment, the women can't do shit, and the men know that. And so the argument is not against the women. The argument is against the state. Now the women come up and harass us, and sometimes we have to train the men about interpersonal relationships and how to deal with it, how to handle it. But the thing is, your main target is not the women. Okay, we have the 18-point black male agenda. Has nothing to do with the men. Nothing to do with the women. Has everything to do with the state. Okay, if the state changes the laws, the women will change. Have you researched the 50-50 custody laws in Kentucky at all?
You talking about 50-50 in terms of a divorce?
Custody. I didn't say
Custody,
divorce.
okay.
Custody.
This is custody after a breakup from a regular
Uh,
relationship. After
as a relationship, whether you're married or not married, whether you're divorced, it doesn't matter. When you go to family court, it's 50-50 custody.
okay. And that
Assumed
was just passed recently?
it was 2018.
Okay.
That's why I asked you guys keep up with this stuff.
Okay.
Because okay. The thing is, you're walking here asking me questions. You're actually saying that we don't know what we're talking about, and you guys are not even close to being up to speed. And that's what really irritates me. Okay, if you come in knowledgeable and you disagree, okay, we can have a discussion. But thing is, if you come in challenging me and challenge our folks, and you're not up to speed, what? I mean, you're asking basic, simple questions that we've answered like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we're on the same page. That's all. I wasn't challenging. I'm just asking
I didn't have
for
okay.
clarification.
Okay. The thing is, everything I've said, most of the stuff I've said, you have little to no knowledge of. So I don't know what. So what page are you on? Because the thing is, the thing is, you guys think, because I study this crap all over the planet, right? You guys think that if you step up and be a fucking man and you can change shit from the personal level up, it doesn't work that fucking way. Okay, societal level down. If you track any place on the planet, and I track 80 countries on the planet, okay, and how certain environments change and how it changed interpersonal relationships.
Wait. So you're saying that, according to your research, that if you want to, for lack of better terms, make romantic relationships better between men and women, it has to start from the government instead of with.
The government, who's controlling the environment, the social environment?
So you're saying the government controls the social environment?
Who teaches your children? You or the government? Your teacher, you know that. Who teaches your children?
Well, we both do, but we teach
No,
them different
bullshit,
things.
bullshit. Who teaches your children? You're an educator. Stop.
Yeah, the school teaches them like reading and math and
No,
stuff like that.
teachers. You okay? You go to school to get socialized. Okay, you can teach your kids at home. Who socializes your children? It's who. Where do they spend most of their hours?
That's the thing. When you account in all the breaks and everything, it's really you.
No, it's not you. It's not the people. It's not the parents, man. Come on, you know better than this. This is the Prussian school system. Why do you think the Prussian school system was set up in the first place? It's to train workers and soldiers, okay? Which they haven't trained. They've been training workers, or basically, for most like feminized workers, okay? Why do you think the feminists took over the educational system in 1972? Because they were training the next generation how to think.
Wait. The feminists took over the education system
Title
in
Nine,
America?
Title Nine gave the feminists the educational system. Yes, it did.
I know. I know it gave them like equal representation in sports, but
There's a book called More Than Title Nine. Go read it. I did.
wait.
It's coming out of their mouths. Okay, the people that actually designed the plan. More Than Title Nine. Go look it up on Amazon. From grounds from 1968 with the executive order by Johnson putting sex into the into civil rights and into affirmative action all the way up. Okay, up until I think they end in like 1980 or something like that. Okay, more than Title Nine. I'm a motherfucking expert at this, man. I'm
so
giving,
hold on.
I'm giving you a fucking 1% education. Ain't no hold on. Okay, I'm telling you what.
I got a question
I'm
for clarification. That's all.
no, well, clarification like what? Because you sound more confused. Clarifying what?
Because you just said that feminists took over the education
I,
system, and
I'm,
so they did what to it exactly?
they wanted they wanted to feminize the educational system. Okay, they wanted boys to act more like girls. They want equity, which comes from Pauli Murray and Eleanor Roosevelt in 1963. It shows up. It becomes policy. Okay, why you think 83% of affirmative action goes to white women? They
What
did. That's by design, okay. And Title IX was one of the things that brought it in. It's still used. I mean, y- if you're an educator, you see Title IX code violations all the time. You should be acquainted with it. You see it all the time.
so the feminists took over the school system
Dude,
to
go read it, man.
feminize the
Go.
boys. Is what
You're
you're
not
saying.
going. You're not going to believe me. Go read it for yourself. I've given you the book. I've given you the title. I've given you the plan. Go read it for yourself. You don't have to believe me. I'm not
I
going to
don't
sit here.
disagree. I'm
I'm,
just
I'm,
asking
I'm,
what
I'm,
you're
I'm,
saying.
I've already told you. Keep asking me the same question. I'm going to change the answer. I've given you the where to read it at. Okay. I've outlined the documents. They said it back then because uh, they 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 thought it was actually going to be a sports bill. No, it's an educational bill.
Okay, what would be the goal of feminizing the
I,
men? I'm not. What's the point of that exactly? I'm asking, like, why would they want to do
If
that?
if you want to deconstruct the patriarchy, who do you have to change first? Who's actually in charge? Okay, in the patriarchy.
Okay.
Who actually has
Hold on, because now
okay?
so you're
Who?
saying that men
Uh,
passed Title IX, not knowing that the feminists would use it to dethrone the patriarchy?
Okay, there's a whole bunch of reasons actually. I don't have. If you want me to have to sit down and give you a whole classroom, you have to pay me. Okay, I'm not going to sit down and give you a whole classroom discussion on this. Okay, there's I have a whole series on my Black Gnostic Speaks channel called Feminize America. Why they actually did it? Okay, they actually did it is because because they didn't want the boomers to actually upend the social order. Okay, there's too many of them. And so they had to take power away from the white and black boomers and put it in the hands of the women. That's what it's really all about. The elites actually did that. But the thing is, that would take too long to explain because I could be talking to you for
But the elites are men, correct?
Okay.
I'm asking you.
What do you think, man? You're a grown man. What do you think? Who do you think the elites are?
I haven't met any of these people. I don't make that kind of
No,
money.
I'm not asking. Who do you think the elites are? You're an educated man. Come on.
I would assume that most of them are men.
Okay. And females. It doesn't matter, does it?
Well, I don't know how many women would be.
It doesn't matter. When he gets to that level, it doesn't matter whether they're male or female. They all think the same.
Why is he constantly rejecting what's been proven?
I don't.
I didn't reject anything. I'm just asking a question.
No, because he does. He wants me to convince him to believe it instead of doing your own work. I'm not doing your work for you, okay?
Because I'm like this. A lot of this shit is common sense, man.
Yeah.
You asking common sense questions that here's a question. Why should men trust women?
It's not a matter of trust, okay?
I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying if you don't trust them, why would you want to,
In other words, if you're talking about men who already have children, should men have a fair shot, 50-50 custody to their children automatically? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Should men know if they're the father of a child at birth?
See, that's a more difficult question.
No.
Ask him why. Why is it a difficult question?
Why is it difficult?
Because I agree that men should know. I just disagree on how you would go about finding out. I don't agree with that.
He should wait. So wait a minute.
Hold on. Charles. Whose panel is this? Thank you. Okay. Why do you disagree? Why? How should they do it?
I would say that if for whatever reason the man is not sure or wants confirmation, then him and the woman should go and handle that.
And what if he's under pressure from the woman and the family?
Under the pressure to not get the test?
Yes.
Well, but hold on.
Wait. Look, how many questions have you asked me just in this session?
Quite a few.
Have I answered your questions?
Yeah.
How come you can't answer mine?
I am answering your question.
No, you're not.
The question. Okay. The second one, you said, what if basically the family doesn't want him to get the test?
Yes.
Well, he's out of luck at that point, wouldn't he be?
So what's the easiest way to actually take care of that if you're the state?
But why would the state get involved in that? I don't understand that.
Because the men want it, and it's an easy test. And the thing is, if it's automatic, then everybody's up front and everybody knows what the rules are, right? State gets involved in everything in society, right? Child support, custody, who takes care of the kids, how you do dissolve marriages, who gets to can you run a red light in a city? No, the state takes care of that. Society is all. So the chief takes care of rules all the way down to the tribal level. Okay, the chief is the state at the tribal level. The state is nothing but the tribal council in an expanded form. That's all it is. Okay, people.
Yeah, but I guess my point would be if you are not sure, you want confirmation of whether or not you're the father of the children, you got a whole nother problem that you probably you got whole other issues. You probably should be dealing with this in the first place.
You might, but thing is, if you are the government or the state and this is an issue, what's the easiest way to take care of it?
I don't see why the state would have any,
Are you answering my question?
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't see why the state would care either way.
No. You didn't answer my question. Okay, what's the easiest way to take care of the problem?
That's what I'm saying. It's not a problem to the state. It's your problem.
Your problem is the state's problem. Okay, because the state represents you. And if it's an issue, especially amongst the men, the easiest way to take care of it is what? Jamaica just did it. Mandatory testing, DNA testing at birth, so the men don't wear a jacket. Okay. So if it's mandatory and the chick is on the up and up, what's the problem?
If she's on the up and up, why do you want to test in the first
place?
No.
If she's on the up and up, what's the problem of the state DNA testing that kid?
I just think you put yourself in a bad position.
What is the problem if she's on the up and up with the state automatically DNA testing that kid?
Because now you are involving the state in your relationship in matters that you should be able to handle yourself.
If that father walks away from the kid, is the state involved in it?
Could be. Depends on what the woman.
Ain't no fucking could be. They are.
Not always.
They are.
They are if the woman decides that she wants them to be. But there's plenty of women who just never involve them.
Okay. The state is involved. Okay. If she needs help, if she needs welfare, whatever she needs, the state is already involved. Okay. And this is what the men want. The men would prefer DNA testing at birth. That's what the men want. So there's no ambiguity. It's a level playing field. It's fair to everybody. Ain't none of this emotional shit. You take all the emotion out of it. Okay. It's DNA tested at birth. Okay. We know who the father is. Okay. So we can put the father's name on the birth certificate. So there's no ambiguity. Nobody has to worry about that ain't my kid. That ain't my kid. None of that shit. It's all taken care of. That's what Jamaica did. That's why Jamaica did it. In fact, I think there's another. I think it's Uganda. Somebody else getting ready to do the same shit. Okay, easiest way to take care of it. Last question, because you've been on quite a bit.
That's a tricky one for me because I couldn't imagine getting that far with a woman and needing the state to step in to confirm that the kids are mine. It's like if I had those kind of doubts, I probably shouldn't have been dealing with that woman in the first place.
That's possibly, but can you speak for what 160 million men?
I mean, I can speak for what they should be doing.
No.
In that particular situation.
Can you speak for all 160 million men and all the different circumstances can actually arise? Can you speak for 160 million women that can and cannot be faithful, and cannot be trusted?
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't be dealing with the ones that can't be trusted in the first place.
How do you know whether you can whether you can trust her or not trust her? How do you know?
You should have been able to identify that, because hopefully you've been dealing with her for a certain amount of time.
Tell me how you identify it.
I don't know how old you are, man, but I can tell you that is 100% bullshit. Okay.
How so?
So wait a minute.
100% bullshit. In fact, there was a fucking judge, man. A judge, okay, in Texas, had 4 kids. Guess how many kids were his?
4?
None.
This is like his wife?
His wife, yes, a wife of 35, 30 plus years. Yes, yes. Happens all the time. Okay.
Well, there's a whole lot of information we don't have regarding that situation.
It does. What I'm saying is, how do you eliminate the whole fucking problem?
Better vetting.
No. If you test the motherfucking child at birth, there ain't no ambiguity. Basically, science doesn't lie. Numbers don't lie. Okay. They are what they are. And guess who it also puts on notice? That female.
Well,
who cheats more?
Is,
okay. Well, last question, man, because you've taken up a lot of time, and we haven't gotten anywhere.
I just don't understand why you would need to make it mandatory by law. If you're in a relationship with this woman, you should be able to just
have
some level of influence over her to where she would do it because you asked.
Laws are not set by should be. Okay, if laws were set by should be, we wouldn't have a society at all. Okay,
we wouldn't need. So you telling me we shouldn't have to have civil rights? But guess what? We had to put in the law.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
But hold on. Because on the one hand,
okay, last question, and we're gonna get to other people. You can't dominate the whole.
BGS. I got one question.
Go ahead.
This motherfucking Piccolo player.
What I'm saying is, okay. What I'm saying is, you haven't read enough. You haven't studied enough. We have been talking about. You haven't even studied us enough. We've been talking about this shit for the last 6-7 years. Okay, constantly. Okay, I mean, you don't know enough about the manosphere to even broach it. We've been talking about DNA testing at birth for years. Okay, not new. And why you have to have DNA test? Dr. T has had panels of guys coming up that had jackets put on them. Okay.
This is Manosphere 101 questioning.
I know. And the thing is, that's how come you don't like the red pill, okay? It's because you want to get into blue pills. If you want to get into blue, because France does that, right? How come France doesn't have DNA testing, right? It's because they know how chicks get down, okay? And they actually want the sanctity of the family is first. There's no DNA testing because they know how many chicks will guys wind up with jackets and start breaking up families, okay? If that's what you want, then let it be known. The thing is, we got to get something else on the other side if you want it that way. Men don't want that shit, okay? Men want to make sure that their seed is their seed. And the easiest way to do it is what? A DNA test at birth, which is very cheap. In fact, you can get a DNA test before birth.
Okay.
But I've heard arguments that the government, through welfare and such other programs, created a scenario to where it would undermine the black family and the black man's authority.
Okay.
So why would you then turn to the same government to say, I want you to prove...
It has nothing to do with the fucking black family at all, man. It's called about all men. This is a general male problem. It has nothing to do with the black family.
But why would you trust the government to be...
Why do you trust the government?
Honest with you.
Okay, the thing is, you trust the government in case you get robbed, right?
Right.
The government that's so that the bank doesn't steal your money, right?
If your house catches on fire, you trust the government
to come and put it out, right? You trust the government to actually represent you, so in case somebody attacks the country, right?
Maintain your roads, your schools.
The schools, yeah. You're
in this particular instance, the government has an incentive to just, if you're coming to get the test, then the government can rightfully assume that you have some level of involvement with this woman, and you're more likely to take care of the child, which would relieve the responsibility off the government. So they're more likely to say, well, since you came, yes, the results are in, and this is your kid.
And also, the government also has a right of has the duty of fairness, right? Okay, to make sure that the proper person gets attributed to that kid, right?
And just like any other court case, you can retrial, right?
Yes.
You could also get a second opinion, right? I mean,
but
Oh,
You wouldn't be able to get a second opinion because the point was you had to do this through the government, because you couldn't ask her. So the government could just say, "We've done the one." And this is it.
How do you cut through all that shit? How do you cut through all of that? No, hold on, Charles. How do you cut through all that?
Yeah, what I'm saying is the government.
How do you cut through all of that bullshit as you just talked about? How do you cut through all that?
You said through a state mandated test.
If the kid gets mandated automatically by the hospital, by the government automatically, that cuts through all that stuff, doesn't it? There ain't nothing to talk about after that, is there?
No, what I was saying is,
is there anything
they want to tell
No. This is what men demand. It's not had nothing to do with the government. Men demand this. If the government puts that in, DNA testing at birth, it's automatic. What is it to say after as you determine the paternity of the kid? What's left?
What I'm saying is, why?
What's left? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's left after that?
I don't think you hear what I'm saying.
I am hearing what you're fucking saying. What's left after you determine who's the father, who's the mother? What's left after that? What's there to argue about?
What I'm saying is,
Jesus Christ,
the government.
Okay.
Easily
hold on a second. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, and this is the last we're gonna say about it. All right. Hold on. Let me give you your 2 minutes because we've gone through it. I'm not gonna go through it. I'm not gonna keep going through the same bullshit. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. God, where is it? Jesus, motherfucking Christ. Good Lord. Okay. I that's why I call y'all pedestrians. It's not that fucking hard, man. It's not that goddamn hard to understand. Go ahead, take your 2 minutes, man. Go ahead. Say what you say. You got 2 minutes.
All I was saying is, if we create a scenario where the government is in charge of basically designating or identifying all child paternity, especially now in this era where we have the government looking to cut expenses and cut back on government programs and government assistance, why wouldn't the government at some point just say, okay, well, the quickest way to handle all of this is the guy that's asking, is it his? Just tell him the results say it's his. Why wouldn't they do that eventually?
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Okay. Why would they do that?
May I read you?
Okay, we'll give you a chance. We've already answered that shit like 10 times, man. But you don't want to accept the answer. Go ahead, man. Give your response, and we're gonna be done with this, okay?
Brother man, if what you're saying is what we call unconstitutional, you can't just put things on people like that. That is against the law. And the government, despite popular opinion, has to abide by the law. You can't just put random cases on random people. That would back up the legal system exponentially, making the government work even less efficiently. A bloated system that already doesn't work that well, it wouldn't work even less well. So what you're saying makes it way worse. What we're saying is you make it easier because it is now an automatic process. There is no extra person put in there. It's either his kid or it's not his kid. There's only two outcomes. If it's his kid, he has to pay. We all know that's an automatic thing that happens. If it's not his kid, it's somebody else's because, again, the Mary and Joseph thing with Jesus was a one-time deal. Maybe Osiris and Horus, whatever. That's not a thing that happens. So again, we have two outcomes instead of this big old long drawn out legal battle. We don't have that anymore. We're not bloating the system. We're streamlining the system. It's either his kid or it's not his kid. If it's his kid, he goes away. He doesn't have to worry about it. If it's not his kid, he goes away. There's no problem. If it is his kid, he has to pay full stop.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Legally, does your child belong to you?
Well, you said legally.
Legally, does your child belong to you? Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
So who does it belong to?
The child legally belongs to the state.
At any point, the CPS can come and take your kid from you.
In other words, you got kids, right? You ever sign up for school? What does it say at the bottom when you actually sign? It's called parent or what?
Sign off on what?
Have you ever signed a form for your child in school?
Yeah.
At the bottom where your signature goes, what does it ask for? Signature of who?
Of the parent or guardian.
Parent guardian. You have parental rights and guardian rights. Okay. The state assigns what? Parental rights and guardian rights. Okay. To whoever they deem responsible. Okay. Whoever they deem they want to. The children do not belong to you. They belong to the state.
Yeah, bro. I know it sounds like we probably one-off responding to your questions, but this particular channel has given this specific idea so much thought that all your questions have already been asked and answered, to the point we just cut into the chase and giving you the quick answers. There's no reason for you to rack your brain about this no more. This is already in like a political document, codified already. We've thought about this every which way. So, yeah.
Your camera's on, Louis.
See, some people just don't like to hear it, and there's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate a pickle.
The thing is, what I hate is we give you documents, we give you answers, we give you resources. The thing is, you still question the thing is, you talk about how you feel about something, okay? Okay. At this point in the management, I don't give a fuck how you feel.
No,
if you can prove your case, please do. Okay, I'm giving you stats, I'm giving you books, I'm giving you all kinds of legal precedents. Okay, that you can actually look up. I'm not talking about how I feel. You give me how you feel. I don't give a fuck how you feel.
Okay, so if let's just say, for example, this
last question.
Okay,
last question.
This is a good one. That's a good one. So
bullshit, it's a bullshit, but I know it's not.
I know.
All right, let's just say hypothetically, this is passed in all 50 states, as well as getting rid of no-fault divorce, as well as 50-50 custody, as well as adjusted alimony. If all of those things were made into law, do you think that the marriage rate would increase?
Okay, what did I tell you about Kentucky in 50-50 custody? Have you studied the case? That's why I asked you, have you studied it?
No.
Okay, what happened in Kentucky when just by them determining 50-50 custody automatically? Okay, before you even go to court, what happened to the marriage rate in Kentucky?
That's what I was asking you.
It went up. What happened to the divorce rate?
It went down.
It went down
by half.
Yeah, by half.
In like what, 3 years, 5 years, something like that? Some crazy amount, short amount of time.
In 3 years. Kentucky went from the highest divorce rate in the country down to 6. Okay.
You take away the
in 3 years.
You change it, don't you?
Yeah, and you took away the incentive of actually getting a divorce. The divorce rate went down, the marriage rate went up.
Because when you tell a bitch she ain't getting shit,
okay, yeah.
that bitch self-corrects, right?
So in other words, now what information do you have to the contrary? Since you asked us all these goddamn questions, you answered some of ours. Okay, where's your proof?
I wasn't arguing that it wouldn't.
No. I asked you where's your goddamn proof? Okay, we keep giving you facts, figures, and stats. You're giving us bullshit. Where's your proof?
Proof of what I didn't make any statements.
You keep questioning us, okay, and bucking back against us. Where's your goddamn proof? Where's your counter narrative? Where's your counter proof?
If I had to think about it on a sec, I would say that
where is your proof?
In his amygdala.
I didn't make any point that I would have to prove.
You're asking, and you bring up counter narratives. Okay, where is your stats and whatever proof for your counter narrative? Where is it at?
No.
I was asking you if you thought that the marriage rate would go up.
you're an educated person, man. I expect you to act like an educated person. What did I just ask you for? You made a counter narrative, did you not?
No, once again, I just asked you if you thought the marriage rate would increase.
That's why I gave you Kentucky. Go look it up. It's a very famous law they passed in Kentucky in 2018. Go look it up. See what the results are.
Very recent.
Don't believe because you don't believe us. Go look it up.
I didn't believe it. I was asking you what you thought would happen.
Okay, I told you. Are you satisfied with my answer?
How come
yeah.
Okay. Well, then that should be the last question. Okay, go look the shit up. Don't believe me.
You have an issue of answer. You want everybody to answer your questions, but you give us the struggle response.
Okay,
I mean, if you ask me the right question, I have a problem answering it.
And you do have a problem there. You don't want to answer it because I have to beat it out of you just to get an answer.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Do you really think that the stuff that men ask for, do you think that is too much of a give or too much of an ask?
In terms of the mandated paternity test, yes.
Why?
But in terms of like adjusting
why?
alimony, no, I think you think alimony is
why is DNA testing at birth such a sticking point with you?
I just think I just don't agree with saying you
why?
have to get
why? And it's not you have to. The state does it automatically. Just like the state delivers the baby in a hospital. Why? They do all kinds of tests on the baby.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, so
they test the baby for without your permission. They test the baby for venereal disease, all kinds of stuff.
So when the government, when a police officer is called to a school and there's suspected child abuse, the cop has a right to take your child, right?
Yeah.
So the government comes in between when you have child abuse, right? And that's just suspected, nothing proven, nothing substantial. So a man should wait 2 years, 3 years, or should he wait when that baby comes out the womb? What's a better time than out the womb to find out that kid's yours or not? Would you rather that man find out when the child's born, or would you rather him find out 10 years later? What would happen to that man 10 years later if he finds out that child is not his? Would it be more dangerous, typically?
No, Charles, let them answer the first question because y'all taking them away. Why does it make you uncomfortable about the idea of men asking for mandatory paternity testing? What about that? It's not a loaded question. We're just curious. Or what about it makes you uncomfortable specifically?
I just don't like it, honestly. It's just like
so it
feels bad.
Feeling about it.
It just feels strange.
Okay,
yeah.
it feels bad. All right, okay. All right. Then enough said. Then okay.
That's why it don't make sense.
So,
I got you.
Wait a minute.
Now, it feels bad to him. Okay, it has nothing to do with logic. Okay.
Okay, it feels bad, but he doesn't feel bad if a chick just puts a kid on you would ask for money.
That's good. It's still feeling. Okay.
Oh, no, I don't agree with that either.
So what's
anyway?
What's the solution?
Okay. Last question. What's the solution? Go ahead, ask him, and we'll move on. I'm sick of this question. Okay. I don't know. It's a real simple fix. Real simple question. Real simple fix. I don't know why people push back on this shit. Okay. You should trust that bitch. You can't trust that bitch. You shouldn't be with her.
Believe her. You gotta believe her.
BGS. I want to hold on to my blue pill till I dies.
Yeah, BGS. That's what it is. Us poaching making this assertion, it violates the idea of romantic trust.
Female sovereignty.
The thing is, if you get involved with a woman that you're committed to, what's the first thing you want out of her? What? Two things. What?
Commitment.
Three things, right? Trust, loyalty, and what? Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is, if she gonna cheat or put a baby on you, guess what she's violated to? Well, three things.
Everything.
All things. Okay. I have two videos taken down about females cheating, even though now we know since the age of TikTok, women cheat more than men. Okay?
Whoa, women cheat more than men?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Oh, you got a lot.
Oh God, you behind. We need to move on with it. You need to
No,
move
wait
on.
a
Now,
minute.
how much?
Wait a minute.
How
Wait a
much?
minute.
How much
Hold up.
more?
Settle down. Settle down. Do you really think that women don't cheat more than men?
You know he does.
I just want to hear.
More?
He already established.
No.
Who do you think? Wait a minute.
Wait. Who cheats more, men or women?
I would say men.
See?
Hold on, BGS. Hold on, BGS. Hold on, BGS. Don't kick the chair. Don't kick the chair.
You know what? The thing is, I don't want to spend the whole 2 hours on this blue pill bullshit. Okay, it's an open panel. I got a question I want to answer. Let me ask the question real quick. You guys can continue. Okay. What is the USA goal in the Miami in Nigeria? I think it's a. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. I don't have any proof. Okay. I think if Nigeria actually helped out Benin to repel a coup, okay? Probably on the request of the West, probably France and the United States, right? And I think they asked for a quid pro quo. I think the missile strike against ISIS in Nigeria was asked for by Nigeria because Nigeria's not kicking about it, right? They're not making a fuss about their airspace being violated, are they?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Since Trump did it, has the Nigerian government actually got upset about them actually violating their airspace and their land space?
No, because they was in on it.
Because they're in on it. That tells you everything. Because if had that happened in any other country, where the United States let off a missile, okay, in country, especially an established country like Nigeria, they'd be all upset. Okay, you can't just bomb another country without permission. Okay. And even Trump's not that fucking crazy. Okay?
I mean, that would be an act of war, wouldn't it?
It is an act of war, yes.
So they got to be in on it. I mean,
that means they're probably in on it. That's my opinion. I don't have any proof about it. Okay, I'm telling you up front. Okay, the way I'm reading it, it seems like a quid pro quo because a week before, Nigeria helped out Benin by pushing away some coup people. Mm-hmm. I think it's quid pro quo. Just my opinion. Okay.
I'm just looking at this like, what's on the other topic, BGS? Because this is
it's open. It's open. You know, the thing is we get mixed up in this blue pill shit that we've answered like 10 years ago. Okay, with facts, figures, statistics, all kind of stuff. I don't want now. If he wants to pay me, okay, I can actually go through a chapter and verse and walk him through the whole logic. But things I don't want to do that because one, I ain't get paid, and two, it's open panel. Okay, he's taking up more than enough time. Okay, we've gone over this and over this. I give away enough free shit to where I don't have to repeat myself. Okay. Mm-hmm. Me and Green Gorilla actually looked up a paper about about Caroline. What's his name? Caroline. I forget her last name. Norton. Caroline Norton and the Act of 1839. Okay, it's called the 10 Years Doctrine. Look it up. Okay, the Court of Chancery, the family courts actually control who has your children. You get parental rights. The children do not belong to you. Mm-hmm. That's come CPS, and the government can come in at any time and take your kid. Charles can come in and say it's not in the best welfare of that kid to be with you. He can come in and take your kid, and ain't shit you can do about it.
Yep. I've done it plenty of times.
If Charles walks in and the mother, father, whoever is, and the kid is in a dangerous position, Charles has a duty to take that kid out of that environment.
I'll tell you just how simple it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you have domestic, CPS must be called.
Mm-hmm.
If both parents are being arrested, like there's another suitable adult there. Now, a lot of people get mad with this shit about the legalities of children. Men love an even playing field. That's just how men are. We don't mind paying if it's ours. Mm-hmm. We mind paying if it's not ours. See, and to go back into this thing about cheating real quick, then we could go to something the fuck else.
Mm-hmm.
Is it easier for a woman to get dick or for a man to get pussy? So let's talk about who has the more access to cheat. That's the number one philosophical thing.
But does access equal desire?
Yes.
Yes.
Called human nature. Yes.
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 Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What's the first thing a chick will say at work?
You got a couple more minutes. I got to
my
read some super chats, but a couple of minutes on this. Get some.
So basically, in this IG era, it's inevitable that most women will cheat. Then, correct?
Yes.
So yeah.
How do you know? How do you know that they haven't always cheated?
I'm not saying they haven't always, but
How do you know they haven't always cheated?
Who's more honorable?
No. I want him to answer the question.
They very well could have been.
In other words, you don't know, right?
No, not for no. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know. That's the proper answer. You don't know.
You know what made it?
What I'm saying is, if you're saying that access leads to desire, then by definition, you would be saying that in this IG DM era, most women are more than likely to cheat. Correct?
They're telling on themselves. There's proof
They've been
of
telling themselves long time.
Let me put it this way.
And expose us all, my brother.
Most women don't know what they want till you show them.
They know what they want. The thing is, women give up sex for all different kinds of reasons, not just desire. Okay,
they'll give up sex just just because they'll pay rent.
Because to pay rent, to get a couple of trinkets, to get attention, because they want to actually lay with the guy. All kind of reasons they give up.
To get their kid in the school.
Yeah, get the kid in school. They actually get revenge on you.
Women are opportunists, okay?
They are opportunists. They have more opportunity. Okay, year after year, BGS, these dudes keep coming up with the same bullshit. They do, but they keep saying we're stuck. Okay.
But here's my thing.
Hello.
Hold on. It's sad and about to be 2026. And how old are you, Clarence?
37.
Oh God, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me, man. Yeah, you got a goddamn 37 years. Come on, man.
That's a 40-year-old man.
You're a middle-aged man, and you talking like this? Come on, man.
You don't know the nature of women.
Jesus, so you're saying, well, what percentage of women would you say would be faithful? What percentage?
Oh, now you're talking about percentage?
About 20%. Yeah, about 20%. Yes.
And 20
of all women, or just black women?
Women, period. Okay.
20% of all women. Period?
All women. Yes.
So you're saying that 80% of them are they go at some point.
At some point, gonna walk and step out on you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Matter of fact.
Okay.
In fact, they've done recent surveys that actually said the same thing. 80% of women will cheat at some point in a relationship.
Matter of fact, I'll put it to you this way. What's your body count, Clarence?
That's a personal thing. You can answer or not answer it.
I'm just gonna.
Hey, I no.
I'm not gonna.
Hey, Charles. That's personal. Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Charles. That's personal. Okay.
I don't want him to answer.
Okay.
In other words, this is the reason why I brought it up. Women will omit numbers.
Yep.
Okay. If a woman will omit their numbers because they're ashamed of the guy, or they're trying to say, because this is what I tell to women all the time. I said, were you in a relationship with this guy? Well, yes, no. Did he say, I want to be in a relationship with you? Yeah. Did you say yes? Yeah. Then you were in a fucking relationship. Why did you lie? Well, I don't count it. Did you sleep with the guy? Yeah, well, kind of.
Kind of.
Did sleep with somebody for 2 years? It's crazy.
I said, shorty.
So did the dick go into the pussy? Yes or no?
But no, that's right.
So y'all ask them if body counts, y'all go out with them?
No, they're gonna ask because they're gonna lie anyway, man. Come on, man.
I was about close to crying.
How long you been around women?
No, I was just asking because it sounded like you were saying that, like, y'all ask women their body count.
No, we don't ask their body count.
Okay.
Because you know that shit don't matter.
Whoa. Stop doing this feminist shit. Is that what we said?
This guy is trolling.
No.
That's
Is that what? Where did he say that?
I thought, my bad. I thought that's what he said.
You felt that's what he said, right?
Because he said that they're gonna lie about the number or something like.
Yeah, they're gonna lie
lie about the number. You gotta ask.
They are gonna lie about their number.
They're gonna omit certain. They not only gonna lie, they're gonna omit certain people.
I personally have never seen a guy in the thousands of guys I talked to actually ask a woman that he's interested in her body count. Okay, ever.
Yeah,
I don't know one.
That don't happen
because I'm an asshole.
Did you ask your girlfriend? Did you ask your wife her body count when you guys were dating?
No, but I didn't have to.
Most 99.99% of guys will not ask a woman their body count because one,
they don't want to know.
Well, that's true. They don't want to know, and true, they're gonna lie about it anyway. I tell women to lie. Okay, I said,
BGS, you know how to find out?
You can't find out.
No, I take them to Taboo. I take them to Taboo and Clean.
No, I mean it's impossible to find out her body count. You know that. Okay,
let
me read this. Okay, Big O Uncle Otis says the state's stepping in so the men who don't suspect don't waste years of their life and crash out and delete people. Also, they need men to come to the table, and men won't come to the table unless it's fair. Exactly. That's what Manosphere is about. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, one thing I do want to ask. Well, I don't like to ask Clarence, but Clarence, let's be honest here.
Clarence is in the chair. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, Clarence, you gotta understand. You might not ask if you have a child with your own significant other. Well, most men do, because now we're in a day and age now that women are not only to themselves, but the nature of women is unfortunately uncontrollable and getting out of hand. To the point now that these dudes now, as you've been paying attention, are not just walking away once they found the kid's not theirs. They are going to take themselves out and her. So what's going to happen now? Because certain states are stepping in now to calm down the violence. They're going to say, "Oh, we're going to have to do this," because let's be honest, most men are going to ask a DNA test the minute they're not going to be the chick, because in their mind they're going to say, "She's going to view me as she's a whore," and I say, "Yes."
Okay. On average, because when they do paternity tests, they do like millions of paternity tests every year. Okay, what's the percentage of a negative paternity in the United States? Just in general, what do you think it is, Clarence?
So you mean like false claims or
false paternity? Yes.
35%,
33%. Okay, so if that is the case and that's a general trend, do you see the problem?
Yeah, 1/3 of people that are tested, paternity is false, and that's just the people that are tested currently.
Yeah, currently. Yeah,
you could imagine how bad that could be if it's any higher than 30%, because a third is ridiculous.
Yeah, and guess what it's for black men?
Please don't say it, BGS.
42%.
Shit.
Dang.
Guess what it was in Jamaica before they passed it? 72%. Guess what it is in Nigeria? 72%. Okay, I think it was Uganda. It was 68%.
So what does that tell you about the diaspora?
About people, period. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't 1 out of every 100. It's if you got kids in the school and you line them all up and you say that stat to a guy in a room, and you have 2,000 guys that don't know if the kid is biologically theirs.
Yeah,
it's just too high.
Clarence is
it's not 1.something%. It's basically 40%.
Okay. Clarence is an anti-RP troll looking for content. His channel has no motion. Okay, I can give you motherfucking content for a whole year if you really want it. Okay.
Nah, he don't seem like a troll. I think he just, it's based. I mean, you walked into a barracks.
He's a troll.
Walking to the wrong barracks. That's all.
No. If he's a troll, then he's an awful troll.
Yeah, he's not a very good troll. He don't seem like he disagrees.
He's not a troll. He disagrees. Okay, which is fine. Okay.
He believes like the motherfuckers in the Book of Mormon. He believes.
He's taking the blue pill. Okay.
Yeah. You married, right, Clarence?
About to be.
Wait, Clarence. So you had a kid out of wedlock?
Are you kidding me?
So you just got to ask the right questions, BG.
You're a motherfucking blue pill, and Motherfucker, are you kidding me?
What?
I'll see
Bro,
in
that's my
about
child,
8 years we
BTS.
hit 45.
You have the
Hey,
motherfucking nerve to judge us? Are you
I don't
kidding
judge
me?
anybody.
Yeah, you are judging us. Bullshit. You've been
Oh.
doing that for 4 years. Bullshit, Clarence. I watched some of your shit.
Why you ain't
yo, he
married?
is a Clarence. He
You
is a
don't,
Clarence.
you don't think
Bullshit.
women lie? You don't
No,
think women cheat?
motherfucker judges on a fucking daily basis. Okay. All right, yo. VHS, go sit in the corner for a second, okay? Go take a drink, VHS.
BGS, lower, yo, go meditate, man. Lower
Now,
the blood pressure.
VHS, go sit in the corner, man.
Nah, let him out. Let him
let,
out.
let,
Free
let,
VHS. Free
let, let,
VHS.
let,
Hey,
let me read the super chat, man. I hate hypocritical motherfuckers like this. I really do, man. If you're
BGS,
on
he had a child at wedlock.
hey, Blockbusters is closed, man. VHS is free now.
Leon is more traditional than you fucking are. Okay, get the fuck out of here, man. Go ahead. Hi, Sensei. Been a while since I caught a stream. Just wanted to say thank you again for leading me to the dust by recommending Theo's course. It's been a blessing. Man, the best you can do for me is actually completing the course and getting your $200,000 job, man. If you do that, man, thanks necessary, right? You have done more for me by doing that.
Hell yeah, bro. Shout out to you. Get them certs, bro.
Get them certs, and get them ducats, man. And then report back, man. That's all I need from you. Okay. My thing is to give you information to make your life better.
Get to the mountaintop.
Yo, Clarence, I got a question.
Okay.
Why did you have a baby out of wedlock? Why'd you have a baby out of wedlock?
That's personal, man. Okay, we're not
I actually had two.
My brother in Christ.
You cannot make this shit up.
He's a regular
my brother in Christ.
Anyway. Okay. All right.
Hello?
My brother in Christ.
Go ahead, bro. We can hear you. Yes, jump in.
We're gonna see him with Maury in the future.
Somebody trying to get in. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's Josiah.
What's going on?
Yeah. So before I go, thanks for making time.
Okay.
Thanks for having me. Then secondly, I realize it's a boring topic. It's about healthcare.
Okay. It's not boring. In fact, it's very active right now. But go ahead. What about healthcare?
So what's happening right now globally is that a lot of people are struggling getting it. There's ideas being discussed about it being privatized versus.
That's your problem right there. In other words, healthcare should not have a profit motive. Okay?
Yep.
Guess how much healthcare costs in China costs what 1/100th of the price of what we pay for it here. Okay, all this technology you can't give people healthcare. Why is that?
There are certain things that should never be privatized, bro.
Hold on. I'm asking him a question. Okay, I'll let you guys jump in. I'm asking him a question.
I don't disagree. There's so much that I don't know. Maybe it's procurement processes.
No, it's not procurement. It's fucking profit, man. Okay, a 10-cent pill drug development in China costs 10 cents. Guess what it costs when it comes here?
Probably marked up.
It costs $100. It costs $100, and some of it's actually $1,000. Okay, where does the money go?
I don't understand.
You do understand? No, man. So, okay,
pockets.
Hold on a second.
Pockets.
Hold on. No, hold on a second. Okay, if you're gonna come up here, ask me a complicated question. You can't play dumb. Okay, where does the money go?
So just to make sure I got it right,
if a 10-cent pill costs 10 cents in China, here it costs 1,000. Where does the money go?
Goes to the government.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Where's it go? Come on, man. Stop playing dumb.
You're right there.
What country are you in?
Canada.
Okay. So Canada has sells all its medications.
Yeah.
They do. So in other words, the government distributes medications.
Yeah.
So there ain't no pharmaceutical companies making the medications and reselling it.
Reselling?
Okay. You have pharmaceutical companies in Canada.
pharmaceuticals, for instance, not CVS, but we have one called Shoppers.
No. The people that actually make the goddamn medicine, pharmaceutical companies, not drugstores.
I'm not sure about.
GlaxoSmithKline,
I don't know about that
Pfizer.
sector.
Okay. Well, then you have to come back when you actually research more. Okay, I'm trying to give you the answer. But the thing is, you haven't read enough.
So before I go,
If
is
you
there another
if
sector?
you
No. Hold on.
privatize,
Let me finish. Let me finish. Go ahead.
Is healthcare the only sector that's happening
No.
actively?
My brother,
What are some other
No. What I'm saying is, okay, you asked one question, all right? I gave you the answer to the question, right?
Profit.
Canada is not a socialist country. Canada, real estate, energy, all that kind of stuff. It's not government ran. Okay, they have a very active private sector.
Right.
my
Right.
brother and grandma.
So,
Like the energy sector.
in other words, the housing prices in Toronto are not dictated by the government, are they?
Justice.
No.
Everything else.
Who's in charge of housing prices in Toronto?
The landlords.
The landlords, the private sector, right?
Right.
Okay. For what? Is it for the good of the people or for profit?
Profit.
You can go right down the list with everything else. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You
So until somebody.
How old are you, man?
27.
You're too old for this, man. Go back and read. I can't give you. I can't start you from middle school and work your way up. You got to go back and read. Okay?
My brother in Zeus. Capitalism is capitalism, no matter where you go.
Yeah, even in China, capitalism is restrained, but capitalism is alive and well, even in China.
It got so bad here. People forget, like when Martin Shkreli had to get sued because he was making that drug. Like it was like, bro, you can make the drug expensive, you just can't make it that expensive.
Yes.
Like that's how bad it is here.
Yeah,
people have to sue you to stop making things too expensive.
Yeah.
There's no restraint.
Okay.
Yeah.
You asked me a question.
Okay.
How come people can't get it? I gave you the answer. Okay.
Yeah,
and now you want to expand the answer. It's real simple. Okay.
profits.
MONEY.
It's called profits.
When you allow somebody to make a 10-cent drug and they sell it for $1, but they mark it up 3,000, 5,000%, and so your mom ends up with something that I know. Your mom, your auntie, your family member, yourself end up with some illness that you could fly overseas and spend $100, but now you're spending $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah. And then also there's medications and treatments that you can't do here because they're prohibited. That you can do in China and elsewhere. Okay, a lot of stuff that can be done. Okay,
Mexico.
So if you want to know why people don't get the healthcare they need, it's because of profits. Okay.
The simple answer is there's no money in a cure.
There's no money in a cure. Yeah.
But I'm glad the young bro came up. He's 27, but BGS Pete. This is why I say, like you say, why the millennials don't take political action to make certain shit move.
Mm-hmm.
We're and bro is a Zer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's a Zer 27.
Also, my parents are somebody would say old Negroes.
But hold on, but it's not.
Let him finish what he's saying. Okay.
But my point is that the education system and basically just life for millennials and everybody below has rendered most of us not able to connect basic dots. You notice you were trying to walk him through it just to connect the basic dots, and it's not an insult to you, bro, because I know we run into this shit constantly. We can't.
We just went through with Terrence.
Yeah,
can't connect basic dots.
So if we can't connect the basic dots, like where the profits are going in terms of all these different industries that are being captured by the corporate sector or are the corporate sector, this is why we really can't change shit. They've kneecapped our critical thinking skills at a level where we can't tell where to point the gun at. We don't know who robbed us, and even we can't even do the detective skills to figure out who robbed us.
Oh, you don't even know that you're robbed.
Yeah, even worse. We don't even know we're robbed.
Yeah,
so
it's bad because you're looking for an answer that's A, B, C, or D, and you check off the two that are totally wrong. But then they ask the same question, but there's no A, B, C, or D. You have to write the answer down. You can't think about it.
The thing is, the answer that I give is not acceptable to them. It's not in their worldview. It doesn't make sense. Like when I asked what I told Terrence, I
Up
gave him
till
the
now,
answer.
it makes sense. I totally get it.
The things we ain't got time to walk you through the whole lineage. Okay. Okay.
It's getting sticky out there, bro.
In fact, there's the conference called David Swigert actually talks about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reduce the health costs 90% if you wanted to. But thing is, who would make the money from it?
There would be no money made from it.
There'd be no money, and should there be money made from it?
See, the difference is the structure.
According to the capitalists, there must be money made from it. If it could be sold, it must be sold for the maximum amount of profit.
So, if that is the case, you live in a capitalist country, and you know that's the way it is. Why do you ask the question about how come you can't get it?
Because we think in narratives and not in structure.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. The thing is, I gave you the answer, and you still questioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a narrative.
It's because it's not in his worldview.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to him. Okay.
Yeah.
That capitalists and drug companies are not on your side. Okay.
Canada will literally help you pass away to save money.
Now, actually, in the United States, they actually keep you alive longer. They actually make more money off of you.
They make more money.
Yeah. I said, about to be, I want to bleed, fellas. Let me live.
Okay.
About getting married. I'm about to be married. Okay.
In Canada, they call it MAID.
They call it who?
MAID, MAID, something assisted death.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it is because at a certain point, they need to actually get you off the rolls, or actually replace you with a worker. Okay, if you don't have enough workers, then you have to get the old people off the rolls, which is going to demographics. I don't even want to go into that shit right now.
All I know is Canada's demographics are terrible.
How much hot water are we in with silver doubling price over the holidays and China limit? Is because
the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Is because two things that happened over the past couple of weeks. Okay, number one, they don't have enough silver for the batteries in the EVs. Okay, so there's a silver shortage, and guess what happened in Mexico? They start closing mines.
Yeah, they're trying to renegotiate.
20% to 30% of your silver comes out of where? Mexico. If they close mines, guess what's going to happen to the price of silver?
It's going to boom.
That's that globalization, baby.
It's globalization, and now you have a global shortage. And guess what China stopped doing? They stopped exporting silver as of yesterday.
Hell yeah, everybody.
More solar panels.
Guess what the spot price in China for silver is right now?
In USD?
In USD. Guess what it is? This is what the spot price in China for silver is.
I think it's 80.
95.
Damn.
$92 is the spot price of silver in China as we speak. That's the spot physical price. Okay. I tell you what's happening. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, my boy.
Hey. Before you go, what?
Yeah. So before I go, I appreciate the time you spent on this with me. Also, it's just like with cancer, trillions of dollars are put into it. By now, potentially they should have. They do. Found a cure.
Okay.
So it's like it's money, profit over everything.
In other words, it's easier to spend a whole bunch of money on cancer drugs. In fact, Leader Turner just showed you he had to go into bankruptcy because of his cancer treatments, right? He had a whole bag, like 50 bottles of drugs, right? Okay, because he has cancer. Okay, so he probably spends upwards of like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Okay, on probably more than that, probably like 10 grand a month for cancer treatment. Okay, it's a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could cure it within had a cure within 3 or 4 months, okay, which is more profitable? Actually, keep him sick.
The long term.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. I learned that with my father. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. BGS, I'm 22 this year. When should marriage be on the table? On the table. Marriage is always on the table if that's what you want. If you want to start a family, and depending on the girl that you get. Okay, if you want to start a girl, then 22 is fine, but you got to really trust her. If you want a quality girl, you can probably going to wait another, I would say, 10 years to get a quality girl, because then you have your weight up, your monetary weight up.
Here's a good question. Why are you looking at 22?
Huh?
Why are you looking to be married at 22?
Why not?
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of reasons why you. Okay. When did you have your kid, Charles?
25.
25, right? Okay. Imagine you being your age and you having a 8-year-old or 9-year-old.
I'll sedate him.
You sedate him. But the thing is, there's a big difference of having a baby at 25, in your 20s, and having a baby in your 40s. Okay. Big difference.
I would tell him 30 is probably the hit.
No, I mean it depends. Okay, if most of the guys that I know, okay, that got married to their high school sweethearts and stuff like that, most of them still are married to the same girl.
Yeah.
Not these days.
Yeah, that's a good move. If you're marrying, if you're 22 years old, you're gonna marry your high school sweetheart. 17. Most likely she ain't been out there too much. You know, and hopefully you're like the first or the second, and if you want to have a big family, you can get started. You know,
let me tell you.
9 times out of 10, your high school sweetheart is going to be 10 toes down for you. I had to learn that lesson the hard way.
Most of these days, I hate to say it, the hoes are hoeing, but
hard. Super hard.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you guys think about vetted marriages versus arranged marriage, where you marry somebody that your family might know or something like that for a 22-year-old guy?
Well, in America, it has to be vetted because you can't arrange it. Okay, but arranged marriages, guess what the divorce rate of arranged marriage actually is?
Like less than 10%.
Less than 10%.
Around there.
Yeah. Because the family keeps together from both sides, keeps marriage together. Okay.
In other words, it's more. You're not. Everybody says that in America, but it's like you're not trained for that. America. You're really not. You're really not culturally trained for that.
No.
It depends. It depends on who you are. Like
depends.
Most of the guys I know that have married their high school sweethearts are still married, and I'm in my 60s. Okay.
How the point 6 compared to people
and most of the guys that marry high school sweethearts stay married. Okay.
Yeah, Charles, if you come from a marriage-minded family where your parents taught you how to be a husband from the beginning, like say you're 7 or 8 years old, you got that training from that point.
Yeah,
guarantee you're in university, you're looking for a wife like I did. You're that's all you're doing. You're looking. That's what you're mainly there for, and your education's kind of secondary. And getting married at 22, your friends did it. Other people did it. That was a normal thing.
It's a normal thing. In fact, people used to get married at 16, 17, 18. Okay, 22.
Yeah.
It's not a barrier. I know 40-year-old guys that probably shouldn't get married. Okay.
Of course. Yeah, how many decades ago? But
no. There's 40-year-old guys that right now that should not be married. Okay.
Yeah. Like my father remarried. I'm not the marriage minded. I think marriage is too big of a joke right now. Even if
niggas, because you got options. That's why.
even with the options, I just
no. If you didn't have options, your world would look different. Okay. If you could have gone back and found a woman and say the woman that you had peanut by, okay, well, if she had been found and you'd been married, you ought to have been better off.
Because once these women get to college, even at 20, they get messed up.
Yeah,
they get messed up, and they don't want to get married. You go to it, you're more likely to get a few. Most women don't want to get married, but you probably have a few more.
Most black women don't get married. Most black
women. Once they get out of college, they want to do their career thing for 10 years.
If you're going to university and you're dealing with the conservative snow bunnies,
yes,
they're looking for a husband.
They're looking for a husband.
Yeah. That's the way that is. That's normal.
What happened? What happened to a lot of black women that get out of college and get into the dating market? Okay, and then they don't wind up getting married till like they're like 35. Why is that? It's because because your pool of marriage pools are all the same as you. Okay, once you get out, guess what? Those cats have options. They can go up or down.
I just think
we have videos of white girls graduating with their rings.
With the rings on, yeah.
And we don't have those pictures of black women.
No, black women graduate with babies.
With babies and talking about I'm independent.
What did MDK Williams say after not getting married after 40 something years? What did she say if she had to do it all over again? What she would do?
She would do the same thing.
She said she would get married.
She would get married.
She got married in college early.
I'm just saying the upside of that. If you stay married as a black couple, what would that do for our ability to create wealth and maintain that marriage? You know what I mean?
I mean, how much money you spend on tricking and dating? Okay, and the thing is, if you just want to make money and that's what you want to do, then basically, you trick and don't date. You put all your time into working, investing, and whatever. Okay, because those 80 hours are going to be spent somewhere. Okay, so if you're not going to get married, you're not going to get involved, have kids. Spend your 80 hours a week working, okay, and making your money.
And what black people don't understand, if they stay married to a black man, because I look at my wife, what is she going to get when I pass away?
Yeah,
she's going to get 2 houses, cars, money, and we die the youngest, so they'll have more time to spend the money.
Yeah.
So they really messing up. If they marry black guys and stay married, we die the youngest. And if he's a hardworking man, he could have life insurance and all this other money that they would have.
And that's the fucked up mentality right there. Because if black men actually put some effort in their goddamn health, you wouldn't die the fucking youngest.
Okay, why do black men die early?
Stress.
Stress. We eating the same diet as everybody else. Stress.
You go through all this stress, and it's like you use it as a badge of fucking honor. Fuck that.
It's because you
let the woman kill you.
You've been trained that way. That's how your culture survived all these years. Okay.
Do you think it's marriage that's causing the stress, or you think it's the environment? I come from one of those places where my parents were married for 52 years. And, whenever I came out, my thing was to look for marriage, but I only highlight that to say that there's a distinction between environmental harm and marital difficulties is different. And I would make the argument that a sustained marriage where people are able to have a little bit of peace and sustainability and consistency, the averages of outcomes increases.
Bullshit, man. There's like 5 studies that say black men marriage does not benefit a black man's health.
Yes. I'll tell you, when I go to...
In fact, you die earlier if you get married as a black man, okay?
I'm around a bunch of older white couples, because there's a group I'm a part of, and it's a bunch of them around. When I tell you that even the most quote unquote difficult of these like older white women are breezes. Like this one, he said my woman was a firecracker. I'm like, that woman's a firecracker? I'm like, bullshit. Because like even when their firecracker, this is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the black women, even of the same age, much less younger. These older white women, these older couples, like they've been married for 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is their...
Okay, my aunt, God rest her soul, and my uncle, they died, right? They got married at 18 and they stayed married until their death, okay? So they were married, 65, 67 years, okay? And she told me, okay, that the marriage was more important than her husband. And that's what they believed in back then. That's old covenant marriage, okay? The marriage is more important than individual feelings, okay? Women are not trained that way no more. That's why it lasted for so long.
Yeah, that's how I was trained to be a husband. my individual feelings were secondary or worthless.
And
marriage was number one.
And I think when you go to Latin America or other places that are more traditional, it's the same way. Okay, the marriage is more important than the individual.
So you again, you're going back to say that it's marriage between black people that's harmful for black men's lives over the system.
Yes. Why do you think we have, of all the groups, we have the lowest life expectancy?
I would just say structural racism, but I mean, I think that what you're saying is interesting.
Everything being the same is because our women, they stress us out.
Yeah,
stress you out.
Here's the part, right?
Go ahead.
Here's the part. You work all these years, just like I forgot who said, the women, stop having a goddamn mentality. And one of the worst mentalities that I have is I'm going to work hard and I enjoy almost nothing of it. Fuck that. And this is what a lot of young men actually see. You got to realize, a lot of people, if you go logically, yeah, I get it. You got to fucking work hard to defend the world against the Visigoths and all that other bullshit. But what if you don't have to?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a chick who wants a big fancy house. Fuck her. I want the big fancy house. I want the shit. I'm not working to satisfy an ungrateful bitch. No. Hell no. And
that's the problem. Ungrateful. That's the problem. In disrespect. That's the biggest problem we got.
Kind of with this hard work mentality. Fuck all that. And people can disagree with me, send me emails and call me and say that's fucked up. No, I will tell you, fuck you. Because I've seen it with fucking men fucking work their fucking selves to the bone.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Animal Farm, right?
Yeah.
They don't remember Animal Farm?
Oh, the horse.
Black men are the horse. Yeah, black men are the horse.
Yeah.
That is us.
So do you think the outcomes change?
Hold on. Black men in the past were prepared to deal with the stress of racism, white supremacy away from home. They expected it. They didn't know about the deliberate stress their wives are putting on them. That's been documented, going all the way back to Freed Du Bois and the Philadelphia Negro. Okay, that's very common. Okay, it's very common, and that's why I put out the marriage murder rates. Okay, going back from 1964. Okay. Black women were four times as violent toward their spouses as white men toward their spouses. Okay, make sense.
So, do you say that as a solution to improve our outcomes would be to stop playing in the pool of black women and start marrying out?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Yeah.
So then, at that point, then it wouldn't be marriage is the thing. Then it would just be societal racism, or are you still going back to that? Well, I'm saying if we isolate the variables, right?
How does societal racism affect your outcome inside your marriage? So how come does racism stop when you don't marry a black woman?
It doesn't.
As snowman. Yes.
So how come your outcomes get better when you get away from marrying a black woman?
Well, I'm saying that if you're saying that marriage to black women,
that's my question. Okay.
I am answering your question.
No, you're not. Okay. I asked you. So if racism does not go anywhere, okay, whether if you're married to a black woman or not, does it?
It does not.
Okay. So how come outcome gets better when you get away from black women?
How come it gets better?
Yes.
Does it get better?
Yes.
That's my question.
Yes.
So if it does,
measurably so.
Let me tell you.
No. I'm talking to him right now. Yes, it does. It's proven. It's documented. Now continue.
I'm just following the logic. I'm not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. I'm only introducing different variables to see what holds.
You know what I hate when people disagree with me, saying they're not disagreeing with me. Okay.
Well, if you hate that, man, I'm sorry for you, but I'm just telling you what I'm thinking.
So in other words, you're thinking you disagree with my premise. Okay, but go ahead.
BTS has proven this more than once on his show.
Yeah,
he's talked about how many times?
About how many times? I've shown you stats. I've shown you data. I brought in PhDs. I've gone back in history. I've shown you books. Okay, now show me. I showed you mine. Show me yours.
Yeah, I'm not in a competition, bro. I'm just asking questions, and I'm not trying to get anybody in their feelings.
I answered your question how many
Okay,
times?
then I'll let it go. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to push your buttons.
What? Okay, you know what, man?
Huh?
You know what I'm saying is I say something, okay, and you disagree with my premise. You give me a counterpoint, okay? Now prove your counterpoint.
The counterpoint was which variable correlates strongly with the length of black men's lives, right?
Where you get that? Okay, show me where.
That's the question I asked, because the original question was if marriages produces better outcomes for black men. That's simply what it was. And so whenever you said, okay, black women are the difference, the delta, then I said, okay, so let's change the scenario. Does the length of the black man extend whenever he stops marrying black women? So you said yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm just following the logic. That's all I'm doing.
So in other words, I gave you your answer. So what's the disagreement?
No, I'm just looking for clarity, man. That's all. It's not to disagree.
Wait a minute. I gave you. You asked me a straightforward question. I gave you a straightforward answer. What clarity do you actually need?
You're providing it. I'm not trying to ruffle your feathers. I'm just asking the question and listening to your answers. I'm going to go back and listen to those 5 outputs that you said that you did on those studies about black men marrying the black women. It's cool.
Okay. There's studies. We just went over the study about marriage and black men, and saying that they actually said it. Marriage benefits every other race except us. Why is that?
You're the OG, man. I'm just asking you, and I'm getting the counter perspectives. And whenever you give me the counter perspectives, I'm going to go back and look. That's all.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I answered your question, but
you did, and I thank you for that.
And the thing is, and Clarence was doing the same thing. Okay. You asked me a question, I give you a straightforward answer, I give you references, and then you ask me the same question again.
I did mix it up, accounting for the different variables. That's the difference.
And I gave you a scenario.
And you did, and I thank you for that. So, like I said, I'm not trying to ruffle the feathers of anybody here. I'm just asking the questions, and then I'm going to go back and verify. And I appreciate that.
Okay.
You're the OG.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you what ruffles my feathers. Okay. Is a lot of people don't like the answer that I give them. Okay. And instead of saying BGS, I disagree, because I'm gonna say, okay, you disagree, why? And you can't articulate it. So you keep asking me the same question, thinking that the answer will change, and it's not. Okay. And the thing is, you'll ask me the same question 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Okay. So I'm trying to say, get to the question. Okay. What problem did you have with the answer that I gave you? And what's your counterpoint? And when you don't have one, then basically I've answered your question. Okay.
I can respect that. But like I said, I switched the variables to get more clarity on where your position was coming from. And like I said, I'm going to listen to your old studies, your old research and stuff like that. You win on that. You know what I mean? You document that stuff well.
It's not a win or loss. Okay. Hold on. The thing is, I don't mind people disagreeing with me. Okay. I don't. But I don't like people asking me the same goddamn question when I answered it the first time. Okay,
over and over.
Right? If you ask me a straightforward question, I answer the question. Okay.
Did you hear the distinction though?
Gosh.
And when you gave me when you gave me the distinction, guess what I did?
What did you do?
I answered it, right? Okay.
And I was willing to let it go.
And okay.
And I wasn't trying to ruffle your feathers. That's all I said.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this, man. If you're having a discussion with somebody, okay?
Sure.
And obviously they disagree with what you're saying. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep bringing up counterpoints. Okay, what you did. In other words, it's not black. It could be other variables other than just black women. It couldn't be just them. Okay, which is basically what you were saying. Okay, there's other variables. So I said, okay, take away that variable. Okay, does racism stop when you don't marry or get with black women? No, it doesn't. Right. So that's variable that you actually independently actually account for. Right. Okay. But the other variable is when you do marry black women, okay, your life gets shorter. That's documented. Okay, well, it's more violent, more disturbing, more chaos when you marry a black woman. It's because of the way they're socialized. Okay,
Right.
so that's documented. Okay, I've documented so many times. So the thing is that variable is accounted for. So basically, if you get away from that, would your life get better? And stats shows that it does.
And what I would add to that is I would add hierarchy on which one has more strength of or influence in the person's life versus the other. And that's the clarity that I was asking for and why I asked it that way.
Another counterpoint. Okay, if you're doing an experiment, you have to have what?
You have to have a controlling the variable.
Yeah, controlling the variable. Okay, so inside of black marriage and outside of black marriage, is that not controlling for the variable?
That is depending on which one has a stronger correlation.
Here we go. All right.
And that's just science.
All right.
Okay.
That's all right, man. Okay. So,
and I'm willing to let it go, man. That's where I was coming from, though.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, who's next, man? I agree, but I disagree. Okay, go ahead.
Fuck you.
Man, black women do that shit. It drives
that's what irritated me about Clarence. Okay, dude, you done asked me the same fucking question 10 times. Okay,
right.
Yeah, well,
and the thing is, okay, if you disagree, you want to put in a variable. Where's your data? You're independently give you the data. Where's your data? Okay. If you disagree or you think it's more complex, okay, I'm listening for your data. Okay, if you can't give it to me, then you're going by your feelings. Okay, then by logic. Okay.
Yeah, BGS. I was going to say that at my job we got about 30 married black men, and there's only 3 guys that bring food constantly to work, and none of them. The 3 guys that they're married to a Jamaican, a Haitian, and a Colombian.
Yeah.
And the guys married to American women, they just don't give. They have to cook themselves. They just don't get. They just don't get meals. I mean, they might get meals at home, but as far as bringing work every day or 5 days a week, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, and there's nothing they can say about it because it's just the women do not want to do it.
Yeah. I remember there's an old commercial, okay, about the hair club for men. I said, I'm not only the owner, but I'm also a customer. Okay. Yeah. Y'all act like I've been a monk my whole life, man. I got 5 grandkids. Okay. My body, I got a body count. I personally know 4,000 black women. I used to sit in the break area at work or in other places and listen to black women talk, okay, and hear what they say about us on the back end, okay.
BJS, did you work at Mary Kay?
No,
I'm just playing.
No. I can't tell you what I work but the thing is, trust and believe, I worked around a whole bunch of black women over a long period of time, okay. And I hear it, and since I span classes, I hear the same shit at people at the top. So that's why Michelle Obama sounds just like a chicken project. Talk about her man.
It's always Jermaine's fault.
It's always Jermaine's fault. That's why I played that sequence every show. Okay, to drill that in. Okay.
Hey, BGS, straight up. I might add it to my own lexicon. I saw this one the hideous chick. She said, if I'm ugly, well is my just look at my dad as my dad's fault. I was like, damn.
Okay, that's fine. Well, it could be. The dad could have been ugly, and we don't know.
Even the chick ugly, we get blamed for it.
It could have had an ugly mama. Okay, I told my daughter. I told my daughter, you're lucky. Your mama's. I said, your mama's pretty. Okay, you should be thankful. I picked a pretty mama for you.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's a variable, but the thing is, when normally on panel, especially my panel, and Mookie can tell you, okay, when we talk on my panel, it's research. We don't come out our ass to talk about stuff. This stuff has been researched and documented. I don't know about any other's panel, but on my panel, okay, my panel is backed up by something. And Mookie wouldn't be following if it wasn't, okay. Mookie calls out bullshit.
Yeah, I do. Remember, I argued. I wasn't on your group, but I was watching you from 2017 to 2020. I was arguing with you all the time, but I
Oh,
was
were
like,
you?
oh yeah, you're
Were
yeah,
you?
but I was like, you're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, nobody. I was in the audience.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Not
I
showing
was
up.
gonna say, wait a minute, I don't remember you, Mookie. The
Yeah,
first time I
yeah.
remember you was what's his name show, and I
Yeah,
thought I said he coming over here to cuss me out. Okay.
yeah. So I was watching you, and then
Uh-huh.
I was looking at what you were saying, and I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And then
Yeah.
I kept on verifying. I was like, wait, he knows. Yep, that's correct. Yep, that's
I ain't
correct.
gonna lie.
Yep,
I ain't gonna lie,
that's
BGS.
correct. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, BGS. I'm sorry, Theo. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, good.
I ain't gonna lie, BGS. When I first saw you, I was like, "Who is this old man?" That's exactly what I was thinking. Who is this old
Hey, when
man?
I look in the mirror, sometimes I say the same goddamn things. That is no offense taken. Okay.
Straight up, when I first saw, like, who is this old man? Do you think you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know. Like you were talking this stuff, and I was like, there's just no way. But then the more that I was evaluating, I was like, not only you right, but the implications are dire. And I was like, this is horrible. And then I was like, I had to keep on listening to you. I was like, yeah, this is really correct. And my situation is bad. So, but it was good because you helped me embrace my black identity. So I was happy about that.
People think I hate women. I still do a pro-black women's show. I've been doing since 2009. Okay, it's got to be what 16 years. Okay, every week. Okay,
you know what? At this point, I'm starting to wonder, do people say we hate women? I'm just saying.
You know, that's the only defense that they have because they don't want to be accountable.
Yeah, I hate women.
But do I bash women? Hell yes. I tell them from the very beginning. I got my belt out. I bash them all day long. If you deserve bashing, I'm gonna bash you. Same thing with Trump. Same thing with Biden. Same thing with anybody. Okay. If you deserve that work, I'm gonna give you that work. I don't spread. Same thing with my children. No, I asked my son the other day, right? Okay, how come he didn't cry in front of me? Okay, he said because it wasn't gonna do any good. Either you corrected the behavior or you didn't. Okay, crying to get sympathy wasn't gonna work. Yeah, go ahead.
That's like when people assume that I'm just as in love with Trump. No, I criticize him too. I don't see how you could say I'm in love with Trump. I barely post. Well, barely post about him, but you know, even when you say something bad about him, you still in love with Trump. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Okay, the thing is, this is not red versus blue or Ohio State versus Michigan. Okay, this is policy. Okay. Yeah. If you're gonna talk policy, let's talk policy, okay? Trump is doing a whole bunch of fucked up shit right now, especially with them tankers, okay? And we criticize him. Criticize Besson for the tariffs, okay? You can criticize him, okay?
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, the Democrats know why they lost. The Democrats know why they lost.
Yeah, you know.
And most of the book talking about why the Democrats lost were actually written by who? Democrats. They know why they lost.
Yes. They knew Kamala didn't have a chance to win, and they ran her anyway.
Well, the thing is, okay, Biden's neocon agenda was not fulfilled in timely manner. Russia was supposed to collapse within six months to a year. They didn't. Okay, so the thing is, they're trying to reelect Biden to clean up his mess, and it didn't work. That's like when they squashed all the other candidates in the Democratic Party. It's their fault because they know what they were doing. I said, being from the South, that is thick with black women gynocracy. I always knew BGS was on point. Yeah, you know, man, because we live it. The gynocracy is strong down south, man. Because my mother is from Louisiana, so I hear it all the time. Yeah, and sometimes I gotta, push back on my mother is because sometimes she tried that shit. I said that shit don't work on me, baby. I'm too old for that. Okay, and the thing is, I don't fight, man. I'm just indifferent to it, and they can't stand indifference. They can understand fighting, they can't stand indifference.
They're gonna have to get used to indifference, but you know.
Yeah, indifference. I mean, like my brother gets upset about moms and stuff like that. I said, man, I said I'm indifferent to it. That's like they don't bother me. They say something. If it's valid and it's something that's actionable, I do it. If not, okay. I look at them like, you can kick rocks with that. Okay?
Mhm.
Just like the passport bros. Passport bros is indifference. Okay, it's not. I hate black women. I dislike black women. I'm indifferent to them. I'm making a different choice, which is what they can't stand. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in?
Yeah, BTS. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't. I can't let it go.
Here comes the BW whisperer. Okay.
Look, I can't. No, because no. Look. I agree with you. What the issue is that the brother didn't want to hear the answer. And look, as a black man who is engaged to a 80-year-old black woman, what you have to appreciate is, yes, racism is real. The issue that we have, as BGS said, is the way black women have been socialized. That's why your life expectancy is so goddamn low, and it doesn't matter if you're married to them or not.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate how she sees you, how she's been socialized to see you, and how she slowly chips away at your life every motherfucking day.
And they've been saying that shit since emancipation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a new thing. Okay. And everybody wants to, you my scholars. Okay. I love Dr. Curry, but the thing is, he knows he knows where the butter is on his bread, right? He avoids that like the plague. He'll tiptoe around it, but he will never actually pinpoint it. Okay. He tiptoes around that stuff all the time. Okay. And he gets mad at me. Well, okay. But I'm not an academic. I don't have to worry about my paycheck.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand. I understand. That's like my, with Dr. Neal and Dr. T and Dr. Curry, I give them grace. It's because they can't say what I say.
I ain't gonna lie. When he was playing him yesterday, I was getting a little irritated because he was clearly trying to keep make his money, because the way he's trying, like, yeah, dude, that's not what the situation is.
Yeah, there's a few things that I had to talk to you in the background about that, AB. But there's a few things that went on, with
like him talking about Project 2025, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he feels that way because he is a liberal. So I'm sure he feels that way. And Project 2025, and when I read it, okay, the president cannot do shit without Congress. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Most of that stuff, some of that, in Project 2025, most of that stuff has been implemented under Carter, and then especially through Reagan. Okay?
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff isn't new.
It's not, a lot of that stuff is not new, but the thing is, liberals also have to take accountability for their failures in the educational system and stuff like that, which they won't. Okay. Okay, I said they tried to say that black men hate Venus and Serena for marrying white men.
No one cares.
Hold on. Let me read it first. Goddamn. I know. I'm gonna feel a straight catch. Don't scratch me until after I finish reading. Okay.
My bad.
I said they tried to say black men hate Venus and Serena for marrying white men, and all the receipts showed black women insulting them. Black women hate black women. Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay. Now, when white men were calling Serena and Venus monkeys and all other kind of shit, man, everybody forgets that. Okay. Now, if they want to marry,
was going to bat for him,
and we who was going to bat for him way back when?
Black
okay,
man.
It was black men.
Black men. Okay?
Let me say this. I completely disagree with you, AB. Yes, I do care. The only thing I actually care about is that goddamn reputation they're trying to shred black men's reputation. I don't actually give a fuck what Venus does do with her vagina. Quite frankly, we all knew, but if anybody was going to end up with the white dude, it was going to be Venus. That's what she always been messing with.
Yeah.
What I care about is the character assassination attempt.
So what? I mean,
that's the only thing.
How long has your black man's character been assassinated?
I don't know, since 1619 or something.
Traditional. It's the tradition of America.
So
since we came to America.
So what is one more bullet going to hurt you? Okay.
I look at it
according to them. Yeah, sure.
What's one more? Yeah. Well, according to them, we're trying to get away from them. We don't care about what the fuck they say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about what the fuck
Look,
they say.
I also look at it this way. They gave us 20 years of good tennis. So let them go be happy. If they're happy,
I mean, you know what? If you know, that's the world that they live in. Okay.
Yeah.
Tennis is a white environment. Okay. Who else are they going to marry? Okay. They're not gonna
Well,
marry
here's the
no black
thing
girl.
is, they never went to the ATA because there's two tennis tours. There's the World, and then there's the American. And the American Tennis Association was formed for Black Americans because they got tired of dealing all the shit from the white Americans, right?
Okay. Well, where's the money?
Technically
WTA.
WTA.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still never went to the ATA. Even Arthur Ashe was in the ATA, and that was 30 years ago. But still, it's a different thing. The one thing that gets me is that some people got mad that their dad never showed up to the weddings.
Yeah,
but he grew up in a very different world than they did.
He came from my hometown. I know why he left.
So I did a little. This is cursory research. You know what year Mr. Williams was born in?
What?
1942.
Okay.
All right.
That's
you know what year Emmett Till was born in? 1941.
Yeah.
So it's like there is a very specific mentality, and his experience was very different.
Oh, okay.
So
my uncle got chased out of Louisiana. Okay.
I believe
in just before World War II. Okay.
That would happen today.
Guess
It
what
happened with fair regularity. It happened with fair regularity back then. My folks are from rural North Carolina. It happened.
Guess what happened? Guess why Richard Williams left Shreveport, Louisiana?
He made a potato gun to shoot at two white boys who pissed on
No,
him.
no. Basically, they did something. Him and his buddy did something shady, and they killed his buddy. His buddy got disappeared. That's why he.
That was another part of it too.
Yeah.
He was not a man to be messed with.
He had to leave. Okay, otherwise he'd have been hung too. Okay. Okay, that's like they put hands on my grandmother looking for my uncle. Okay, very common. So that's how come he has the outlook about white people that he has. But the thing is, guess what? They're in the WTA because that's where the money was.
Yeah.
True.
So if so you're gonna have to take the barbs and stuff like that that go along with it because you want to make that money. If the ATA was making money, guess what? That's where they would be.
ATA.
Yeah,
but they get to make money. Women make more money in tennis than the men do.
They make their money differently.
Yeah.
And Williams sisters have made like $200 or $300 million a piece. So
yeah,
a lot of their money came from a lot of sponsorship.
Exactly.
Yeah. Watches and high fashion and all that.
What do you think Jeezy gets his money?
All them tennis stars get their money from high fashion and like watches and shit, bro.
Yeah.
APs and like Audemars and those are expensive. Those are expensive. Why you talking about $250,000 timepieces? And you talking about getting those shit for free?
But I will say this about you niggas that have always upset me. Any of you motherfuckers who thought the Williams sisters were tens, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Hey, you sound like Tobias Whale off of Black Lightning. You say that shit.
The Williams sisters were what?
Tens.
Oh no, hell no. Oh no.
No.
When Serena was like 16, 17, 18, she had a body on her, boy. Woo.
She had a body, but she looks like me if I shaved.
Charles.
Stop it, Charles.
She was cuter than Venus. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
God damn, it looked like
Venus got a long face.
Her look better at age, actually, but yeah.
You know, them motherfuckers look like
it's called makeup.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers look like something He-Man and Lion-O fought back in the 80s.
It is what it is. So
she had a hell of a body. I give her that.
They made their money. They bought their husband. But I think Serena got out better is because her husband is worth more money than her now. So
one of the founders of Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the founders of Reddit.
Yeah. He didn't have no money when he married her though.
That could be the black man, unless you're out of prison. But
So it worked. It was a merger, so it worked for them. So
yeah.
You got no white man on your arm.
So Venus had to buy her a white man. So it's okay.
White man on my arm, no white man on your arm.
Yeah, that's true. White man on my arm, no white man on your arm. That's true.
Give me
The Holy Grail of divestors. Oh, it's Saint Megan, Saint Serena, and Saint Venus.
They're willing to pay the price to be the boss.
Yeah, Megan's at the top of the list.
Yeah, she for sure. She's Beyonce.
But I can't call her divested because her daddy's white.
No, I'm saying of the community, of those people. No, for the community, not they themselves. They don't call themselves divestors. She don't call herself a divestor.
Meghan Markle, before she got married to royalty, nobody gave a fuck about her. She wasn't black then. Okay.
No, but I'm saying for the divestor community, they adopted her. Is that how you adopt saints? She wasn't trying to make no statements, but they're like,
they claimed, yeah, they claimed her, yeah.
I didn't think of it then. I don't care.
We can't hear you, Mookie.
I thought she was white anyway.
Okay.
Ain't nothing black about Meghan Markle. You seen her college pictures with her sorority. Everything about Meghan Markle is nothing. Ain't nothing black. They were the only black people. Them and the pastor was the only black people in that goddamn church. Ain't nothing black about Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle has never claimed to be a black woman. Okay.
Nope.
Y'all over here, not the black minister, but these people over here questioning Kamala's blackness, but they're giving Meghan Markle a pass. What drugs? Anyway.
Kamala Harris is way more black than Meghan Markle. Let's put it that way. Way more black.
That's true. We can agree with that for sure.
That is true. That is very true. If you look at our younger pictures, yeah.
Kamala Harris going to Howard and becoming a line sister. Kamala Harris is black. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hell, even phenotypically, even that's the way she looks.
Say what?
Even the way she looks phenotypically blacker.
Yeah, she looks like a light skinned black woman. Yes, she does. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like the AKA she is.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Really,
that's true.
AKA, yeah.
Yeah, big fan.
And I ain't gonna lie, she still got some legs too.
Yeah. She has good stock. Okay, let's put it that way. She was that girl back in the day.
You just wouldn't know since she's from Cali, right?
Yeah, Oakland.
Oh, she from Uptown? Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, she made it out?
Her daddy's a PhD and mama's a PhD. What is that gonna tell you?
Well, she kind of had
her dad hang around with Richard Wolff.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, both her parents were PhD, and that didn't. Oh, let me shut up.
Yeah.
That didn't rub off. Okay.
She got a law degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her younger sister's an attorney too.
Yeah, she got a law degree. She could have gone. She was supposed to go to Stanford, but she wanted to go to a black HBCU.
Oh.
She wanted to be black, so she chose. She used Indian as a political move. But she black.
The Indians knew it too, by the way.
Oh yeah, they do know it. Okay, I have not seen her date one Indian,
and she would never.
Like, bitch, I see no carrying your plate.
Yeah, she's the opposite of Barack Obama, right? Okay, the guy she's married to is the only white guy she's ever dated.
Bro, hey, BGS, yes, sir. They said the black of the berry is sweeter than you. Said I had to give me the most wildebeest looking bitch I could find. That's how much I love black women.
Basically, that was Barack and Michelle was an arranged marriage by the University of Chicago.
Ooh, you said it was. You said marriages aren't arranged here, but when you get in the upper level of stuff, they are.
You think Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk were actually matched?
Fact, no. Well, yes, they didn't. They weren't. It wasn't an organic thing. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact. Well, not for a fact, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't organic.
You think Bill and Hillary was organic?
No.
Now, shit, Hillary got her dick sucked more than Bill.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Stop, Charles.
God damn it! You can't take Charles nowhere.
Like John F. and Jackie Onassis or Jacqueline Kennedy.
Oh, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
That Onassis family had some dough. Huh?
You want to know something that I think I said this to BGS. Nobody ever talks about this. Nixon and Eisenhower's kids married.
Yeah.
You want to talk about arranged?
It happens all the time. Arnold Schwarzenegger marrying one of the Kennedy kids.
Maria Shriver.
Yeah. Okay.
The Rooneys and the Maras, the football families marrying, having,
yeah.
They married, they intermarried. So
Lionel Richie's daughter with the record exec for it's not MGM, it's what record exec is that? What's it? Range? Like, well, I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Lionel Richie's daughter, who the hell she? Yeah, Lucian Grange, a son. Yeah, his son. Yeah.
We talk about. Me and Uber had this argument about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. No way, that was a merger. That wasn't a marriage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So black women claim mixed women like Meghan Markle when they marry white men, but when Tyrese called his former wife Samantha Black Queen, the sisterhood flipped out. B-dubs or psychos. What's her name? Samantha's a mixed chick.
Because he can't elevate her in their mind.
Yeah, but
a black man can't elevate a black woman in their
mind. Nobody talks about Tariq marrying a mixed chick. Okay.
Oh.
No. Dr. Umar Johnson brought it up when him and Dr. Umar were beefing. Dr. Umar he did a little swipe at it.
Yeah. With Teresa really sensitive about his mixed wife.
Mom milk.
Wasn't homeboy Africa Diaspora News down in Texas? He was a little sensitive about that too.
Yeah.
His wife isn't.
He's in Africa now, but yeah.
Yeah. But he when he was married, he was like my queen. I'm like, brother, my brother in Christ. That is not a black woman. So, hey, you can call your wife a queen if you want to. That's your business.
He got smart. He married a Latina, so he got smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brother. But we call her a queen, and I was like, brother, what are we talking about?
Yeah, Kristen Kerrison went after him about that one. You gonna talk about me swirling? Look at you. When you married to a black woman, she was a hyena.
Yeah, he tap danced around that. And he never bring it up again. I was like,
never brought it up again.
No.
You got no one to bow out. Okay.
Hey, he got out of Texas. He was like, I'm good. Let me.
Yeah, well, why would you stay Texas and go to South Africa and live a better life and make the same money?
Hey, because he was on the oil rig. He got that oil rig money. Said, bro, get out. Yeah. You got
that YouTube money, and bounce, okay, to a cheaper environment.
I got to call out a PhD, not one of ours, but yeah, shout out to you, boys. I saw what you did there, trying to shame the brothers talking about financial celibacy. I saw you, boys.
Oh yeah.
Bum ass.
Boys is slightly in the pro-black sector. So
Chief Sambo. Sambo.
I still can't get that picture of Moist Watkins on one knee to that over the hill chick.
That's the one that got away. So he finally got her.
No, you know what? I understand because she is cute. She is attractive. I get it. Boyce was just waiting in the wings for 30 years, 20-something years.
No,
I would never.
No.
He waited 30 years to get her. Yes, he did.
30 years for some coochie? I would. 30 years for some coochie is crazy.
Yeah, but that's not the one. Like BGS said, that's the one that got away.
That's the one that got away.
My Gen X brethren. We must stay focused. My Gen X brethren. We must stay focused.
If he's happy with it, more power to him, man.
But leave us alone, though.
Not really.
He's been on that bullshit forever, man.
My brother in Thor, Shango, and listen.
Yeah.
You gotta understand when you're a man without options.
Exactly.
You're not a man of consequence. Or because here's the thing. Yes, if you're gonna take the time to fuck the hot girl when she's not hot, you're gonna take it.
But Steve did the same thing. Oops.
Yeah, I mean the heart knows no time. If he fell in love with that woman, he never stopped loving her. And when he got a chance to get the woman that he loved, he got her. I ain't got no problem with that.
Let me do this again. Let me throw Steve Harvey under that bus again too. Steve Harvey did the same thing. Boy's not the only one.
What Steve Harvey do?
Double back on the one that got away.
You got to remember, his woman had influence and money. Okay, that promoted his career. because his career went up after he married her. It didn't go down.
See, y'all, I had
Definitely.
to cheat on my broke wife. You know what? Because I had to study my broke book, y'all. Because a real man wouldn't let his woman struggle. So I dumped that bitch and got me a rich one.
By the way, that was his like second time doing that.
Who? Steve Harvey?
Steve, yeah.
Oh yeah. Steve Harvey ain't nothing nice, man. He's about that business. So
I'm from Cleveland, y'all. Anyway.
Yeah,
all the kings of comedy know. Yeah. All the kings of comedy know he the shadiest one. Everybody says on that tour he was shady as shit and he was grimy as hell. Everybody said it.
Well, you know about people from Cleveland who jumped ship to another ship.
I see what you did there.
Ain't nothing but business. And both his ex-wives are bitter, man. They're bitter as hell for him doing that shit. So
why?
How come we're not saying we did say so? We said a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I did 5 hours on that, man.
Yeah, it's called reading the tea and doing research while it was going on, instead of just coming out of nowhere and not having all the facts and information. Because I looked at a couple of videos and read a couple things, and I came to the same conclusion. BGS was an inside job.
Yeah, it's an inside job. In fact, a couple of CIA guys kind of hinted that he was betrayed. So, and I said, well, by whom? And then as soon as I saw it, okay, you arrested his wife, put his wife on trial, but you didn't get her. Come on now.
Yep, left the vice president.
Yeah, left the vice president in place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his name? What's her name? Is fuming, okay, because she thought she was gonna get picked. And same thing with Guaido. They thought they were gonna pick.
Oh, you mean what's her face? Who won the Nobel Prize? The Nobel Peace Laureate? Yeah.
She's fuming. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should be just.
Hey, Chaos, what's going on?
Yeah. Do you think Maduro was a plant from the beginning?
No. He's not a plant.
When Hugo died?
No. Maduro was Chavez's right-hand man. That's why. That's why he got the nod.
So I take it there's no successors, so they got Venezuela completely now.
No, they gave the spot to a vice president. Okay. Because his vice president was sworn in, and Trump is okay with it.
But don't the U.S. wins regardless because they need the oil anyway from Venezuela anyway.
It's okay. I mean, I'll give you like 2 minutes, man. I'm not gonna go through the whole breakdown. Okay.
Yeah, because we're on YouTube.
You're on. What it's not really on YouTube, but thing is it's gonna take too long. Okay. Since 72. Okay. They cut a deal with the Emirates, with the GCC folks, the Arabs, especially price oil in dollars. Okay, so basically, so 50 years you had the petrodollar, right? And then all of a sudden,
4 years now.
All of a sudden this year, the last couple of years, okay, MBS and the other Arabs have switched it to a basket of currencies, right? Okay. Okay. So what do you base your dollar on now that you don't have that? Okay. You can't. Okay. And the thing is, a lot of dollars are floating around as debts. Okay. Because they're worthless for anything else. So you have to get America, sustain what you have in America. You have to reignite the petrodollar. Okay. And guess who has the largest reserves on the planet of oil? Venezuela. Okay. So that's
and second. That I think it's Canada. They said Canada was second.
No. I think it's Saudi Arabia second. I think Russia's third or something like that. Okay.
Okay. But so one of the videos was lying about Canada's oil. Okay.
I'm not saying they're lying. Canada has oil, but the thing is, we're talking about the size of the reserves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venezuela has the biggest reserves.
I heard that Venezuela could be there for 20 years.
Yeah, but Venezuela has 5 times the reserves of any other nation on the planet.
Okay.
That's why. And the thing is, once so-called took over Venezuela, now America is in possession of half of all the oil reserves just by taking Venezuela.
Okay. So now they're back on the table again.
That's why they did it. That's why I was trying to tell you why. I've been saying that for the last 2 years. Okay, why it's so important. Okay, and the only thing we're questioning about is the timing. Okay, and I think the last. That's why I played the
silver.
I think silver has something to do with it because
okay, the timing of it, okay, because you just had a silver run over the weekend, right? Okay,
right.
And then all of a sudden on Thursday, Friday they do this. Just for the timing of it, and also guess what? Guess where the largest silver cache is on the planet? Around
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Yes.
Yeah.
The largest untapped.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
The United States is trying so hard not to collapse. They got to do whatever it's possible.
Of course, what would you do in their shoes?
I'm not a criminal.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Yeah, I'm not a criminal. Bullshit. You do the same thing.
Well, you always say I'm a smooth criminal.
No. Okay, you do what you need to do to survive. That's what you would do.
Of course.
Okay.
Trump might be a gangster. But what's the difference between him and every other president?
Him and Biden and Clinton and Obama and Bush and even the worst one was Bill Clinton was even worse.
Yeah, he was worse, man. He made a lot of deals.
Everybody says Bill Clinton was probably worse.
He kind of signed over a lot of shit.
I'll give him something. Go ask Haiti.
But you know, funny thing with Biden, if Biden was still office, people would not really say nothing much though, because he's they would have kept quiet if he did it. In my opinion, Biden.
Oh yeah, if Biden did this, this wouldn't even be talked about.
Yeah, nobody would be talking about it, to be honest with you.
But yeah.
So that's that. Yeah.
We live in interesting times.
We live in very interesting times.
Basically, I said this. I said in 2007, right? Okay, the inner white supremacy is getting pretty close, right? And we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, and then this
right now they're
and there's this stupid talk say, well, they're trying to make it forever in the minds of people's heart. White supremacy. How so? If they've been
any institution has been around 500 years wants to keep on living, right?
Of course.
They're not going to go down easily. Okay.
Not going to easy. So they be fixed it. Everything that's ever no. The one time we ruled, we fell, and everything was like.
They're not. But then the thing they're not going to go quiet, will they?
No.
They're not going quietly into the good night.
One time. Huh? Say what?
Yeah, that's why you think the Europeans are crashing out now.
Yeah, they're crashing out now big time. They want to go to the mat. So, and the thing is, they spent all that money to defeat Russia and defeat China, and now their economies are getting ready to crash. So.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. What is it with that messianic view, man? They really
all large groups have a messianic view. Okay.
Okay.
The belief gets so embedded that you forget what reality is. The Chinese did it 150 years ago against the Europeans. They thought that the Europeans were savages and they would never take over. They would never rule the world. And guess what happened to them?
Look what they do now.
They what is it? 2 centuries of shame. Okay.
Macau, Hong Kong are prime examples of that shit. That's a big reflection of that. Some people forget. Because you had the Opium Wars, and then you had the Boxer Revolution.
The Boxer Revolution was was a counter revolution, but yeah. But the Opium Wars were where the big sea change was. So.
Sino-Japanese Wars as well. They forgot about that. How Japan thumped them. And then, people forget also the Russo-Japanese War. So that showed Japan's, asserting themselves at the turn of the 20th century. People don't even, read the histories like they need to. Can understand where, okay, this makes sense. So this is how this came about, this, that, and a third.
Hey, BG.
Go ahead.
He said he thought Richard Nixon was worse. I don't know.
No. No, I think Nixon. Nixon. Actually, Nixon, except for his behind the scenes stuff, he was not that bad of a president. Okay, I think Biden was much worse. Okay.
Well, at least you know.
And Bill Clinton was a bigger gangster than.
Yeah, Billy C was really.
He sold out a lot of people. Okay.
Ooh, who remembers Whitewater?
Yeah. That body trail of the Clintons is epic.
Yeah.
As for Nixon, he was called Tricky Dick for a reason.
Yeah, most people don't understand Taiwan and China. Okay, there's a reason China doesn't really want to invade Taiwan because they don't need to. The only reason China would attack Taiwan is if the United States start putting a whole bunch of weapons and troops on Taiwanese soil. It's the only reason they would do it.
Yeah,
that hasn't happened, has it?
If they want to invade Taiwan, they could have done it a couple of decades ago. They did. They haven't because they don't have interest in invading Taiwan.
Nope.
But anyway,
so the status quo is beneficial for everyone right now. Well, Taiwan not being bothered with that, but if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Hopefully that last video you played didn't come out to be true, but you know.
What's that about silver?
What?
Yeah, the one about silver and.
That's exactly the reason why I think Trump had to do what it was really pretty much forced to do what he did. Okay, because they were out of options. Okay.
Yeah.
The dollar's going to take a tremendous hit if they hadn't done something. So I think that's one of the biggest factors in him doing it the way he did and how he did it. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you look at the whole chessboard, now morally does it make sense? Not morally, but the thing is, but I'm a black pill kind of guy. Okay. Okay.
You have to be amoral.
It makes sense. Yeah, amorally, it makes sense.
You ask me all the time. What if you're in his position? What would you do?
What would you do? Are you gonna let you want riots in your own street or riots in their streets?
Riots in their streets.
That's one of the reasons I gave you that my conspiracy theory that I wouldn't be surprised if Russia and China knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, but what could they do about it?
Yeah, true.
Just like if China wants to take Taiwan, I don't care what the United States says. What can they do about it?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing. Okay.
Also, you pointed out at the same time, this kind of benefits China too, because what's that you said? You want your the people that owe you money to pay your money, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily make China look a little bad, but they're still making money because we owe them.
The thing is, I'm sure well, baby, you tipped off your hand with putting all those carriers and stuff in the Caribbean, right? Okay,
right.
They knew what you're up to. It's just how you were actually going to do it. Okay. Now nobody expected it to be an inside job. That's what surprised me.
So
that's what surprised me.
Well, all I got to say is well played.
Yeah. Basically, no boots on the ground. Instead of it costing you $1 trillion, it costs you maybe a couple of billion at most. Okay,
if that,
if that, and you got trillions of dollars worth of oil and minerals and silver. Okay, the silver alone will the deficit. Okay,
especially offshore. And I'm wondering what Guyana thinks of all this, because remember the whole
whatever they think. Well, number one, Guyana was having problems with Venezuela anyway, so
yeah,
they probably the thing is that I think they probably would have been more upset if it was boots on the ground in a full scale war. Okay, that's probably problematic. But the thing is, since it's basically a coup, a Haitian coup on top of that. Okay.
A very successful one at that.
Very
A successful Haitian
It's
coup.
quiet. It was relatively bloodless. And so if you're going to do it, change power. That's where you want to change power. You don't want a big mess. So,
and the folks in Georgetown are just breathing a sigh of relief. You know, they're like, we don't have to deal with this notion. Georgetown's the capital of Guyana.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think they were probably more nervous if it had gone into it would actually turn into an original war if that had happened. If the United States invaded like that, so it'd have been a big mess. So I'm sure Guyana saying, okay, if they did it this way, okay, it solves our problem and it doesn't turn into a bigger mess. So I'd be relieved if
True. And they're going to probably send somebody, and I'm pretty sure their ambassador went paid a visit to the State Department, said, "We're very, Mr. Secretary, we just want to tell you and the president, on behalf of the president, that we are very grateful for everything, and we hope we."
They're not going to come out and say that. They're going to, they're going to say
in private, behind closed doors.
They're going to say, "Okay, we dodged that bullet." And
we dodged the bullet. You need the accent right, BJS. Remember, they're Caribbean folks in Guyana. Don't you know?
Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, if you expected a bloodless coup, pretty much bloodless coup, then you're right. Okay. Okay.
This was positioned and clean.
Because
the
last time they tried it with Chavez, the army came in, took him back. Okay.
Oh damn! Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember the riots in the streets and everything?
Yeah. They kidnapped Chavez, and then the people rose up and took him back. So.
Well, I'm getting mixed messages. Some people say that people are happy. Some people saying they're not. I saw one Venezuelan like, if you're not from the country, shut the F up. We're glad Trump did what he did. But
the thing is, you got to remember who's the source of it. It's not, if it's an independent source, maybe. Okay, if it's not, it's filtered, then you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's true.
If they're not a Chavito, because remember, they still have supporters. You have pro and anti-government folks inside Venezuela.
True.
Yeah. I don't. Muggles, are you Guyanese? If you're Guyanese, then then I'll take. I'll actually take what you're saying seriously. But the thing is, if it was going to happen, do you want a Vietnam style war on your border, or you want it to happen this way?
Yeah. I know somebody who's Guyanese, or partially Guyanese.
Yeah, I know a couple, but
yeah.
War is bloody. As the Vietnamese war is bloody.
Jungle warfare, you do not want that.
It cost Vietnam 3 million people in that war. Anyway,
and we're talking about 3 million within a 25 to 30 years span, folks.
Muggles, I don't know where you from, Muggles. You talking all this shit? Where you from? And don't talk about a country and thieves, especially if you're from a developing country with all your thieves. You don't want to go there. But your thieves are out front, okay?
Yeah, you doing a stream tomorrow, BGS?
Yeah, I'm doing a stream tomorrow. Why?
What was going to be the topic?
I'm actually going. It's either going to be. It's either going to be Suburban 92 Girls, or it's going to be, I think the alternative is Jane Crow versus intersectional feminism.
Oh, interesting. I pay good money to listen to both.
I'm intrigued. Hey. I'm intrigued on the latter.
With them, Jane Crow.
The latter is good. Yeah, the latter, Jane Crow versus intersectional feminism.
Basically, intersectional feminism is nothing but Pauli Murray's theory of Jane Crow versus Jim Crow. Which is
something that really needs to be discussed.
Which is right racism versus sexism. Because that's why they said black women are doubly oppressed, right? Because they're They're black and they're female.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We're the least protected. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's
Well, if they were old, we've been saying Joan Crow, but Jane Crow sounds way better. Has ring to it. Nice ring to it.
Well, you wouldn't go Joan Crow back in the 40s. And they don't say Joan Doe, they say Jane, right? Because Jane
true.
is a very common name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jane.
All right, fellas. It's time. It's that time.
You finished laughing at me?
I mean, I
think she got a crush on you, BTS. This is why she just acts the way she does.
Yeah.
It's basically the Klingon mating ritual.
It is.
To Commander Worf.
It is.
And you are Commander Worf.
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't want to deal with Kayla.
Yeah. If you're European African, you don't want to deal with a Klingon.
No. BGS, in fact, you know what you should do?
The closest thing to an African Klingon is the Nigerian woman.
Oh, BGS, I think I know the best thing you should check out, to understand the Klingon mating ritual. Look up Tasmanian devils and how they interact with one another, and how a male and female interact with one another.
We don't have to look at Tasmanian devils. We have Klingon females, okay?
Hey, shout out to Worf though. His second wife,
in Futurama.
his second wife was fine as hell.
Who?
Worf's second wife.
Oh.
Jadzia.
Oh, Jadzia. Okay.
Yeah, but I found out when she was so fine, she was a model. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I was watching the episode. They went to Riza, and she showed that baby. I was like, what the? Where? Like when she was hiding on that. Where did that come from?
Yeah. And she's tall as fuck. She's almost 6 feet tall.
Yeah, she's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's a shame. The only reason she died is because they had a contract dispute.
Contract disputes? Okay. Yeah.
Thinking Big J is a moron, man.
Yeah, he's a dumbass.
Big J Triple X is a moron.
Oh yeah,
he's a moron that doesn't know he's a moron.
Yeah.
Master teacher, there are a lot of people in this world.
Name her.
Let
me finish. I'm at the point now. I just ignore him because he's stupid for me to worry about.
He's been doing this. He's been doing this shit for 15 years, man. You're a moron, dude. Come on, man.
He just look at it this way. And there's somebody I listen to. He talks about narcissism and psychopathy. He talks about the fact that, the majority of people have no self-awareness. And that is Big J. No self-awareness.
No, Big J knows he's a moron because if you get him by himself and you challenge him, he backs down because he knows he's not smart enough. He's done it before.
Yeah.
You sure he's not an autopilot?
No. He's done it before. He tries to get other people to try to speak for him because he knew.
That's what I had when I went on his panel. He had the guy in accuracy attacking. He didn't say much.
Yeah, he couldn't say much because he's not smart enough. But he tried to cover it by cussing. Okay.
Yeah, he tries to cover by saying,
he tried to get mad and cover it up. But, he's not capable.
Fair enough.
Now I just now remember BJS. There's a thing around the internet now of a white.
How many minutes you got, AB?
About 5.
5. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. The thing flowing around the internet of the white dating coach man that's married to a black woman telling black women that you gotta stop inboxing us.
Oh yeah.
I mean, after back whoever I gotta find his IG. But I did not know he was dating coach for general people, and he has discovered himself that all these black women, right there, FD or non-ADOS, are flooding the inbox of white men, hoping they're gonna save them.
Yeah. They're basically, a lot of white guys know, but just won't say it in public. He's one of
now,
them.
now it has revealed. So with all that, what people say is bullshit and the dating divide. No, man, y'all living proof right there. Even today, you're still praying for a white zaddy to get two things. And you said best, BJ. And I wish I could play it up here, but I'm not gonna play it on anything. They say they want the reparations. They want the white man. If they can't get him, they get that mixed baby.
Basically, what's his name? What's her name? Said it in her book. Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks said it in her book. No, Bell Hooks. Okay. Bell Hooks said racism is white men refusing to marry black women. That is the black women's definition of racism.
Basically, she just confirming the embodiment of daughters of the trade, huh?
Yes. Yes. So basically,
oh yeah, daughters of the trade.
And a lot of black women feel that racism is not
being accepted by the white man.
It's being accepted by the white man. Yeah.
Yeah. Say I'm better than you. Woman. Take me. I don't want to be the side chick.
Yeah,
no, play your role, bitch. Be the side.
Well, yeah, that's what the white woman tells Karen tells her. You're the side chick.
You know, but it's funny though, BGS. I've always wondered over the years why some black chicks are just that damn comfortable being the side chick. Now I know.
It's because
they've been trained.
They were brought here to be that. Okay. It's a slave culture. They were the belly warmer. They were the mistress. They're the slaves.
The bed wench.
The bed wench. Yeah, they were the bed
wench.
Yeah.
Hell, you forgot Scandal? It lasts for 7 seasons.
Oh God! You know what? What boggles my mind? Okay.
Oh, black women love Scandal.
Is that pro-black activist women love Scandal?
God damn it! That makes me
doesn't surprise me.
It's remember when they were in that vault, you know, and then the white called her a whore, your black whore. I said, I said, I know them black women get upset about that.
I found a clip. I have most.
I thought that black women get upset and they would protest the show and burn down Shonda Rhimes' house. They did not say a word. Okay,
because remember this. The whole end game is if I can't have Mr. Charlie, I need that mixed baby. I gotta stay in his grace. I can't let him know how much I'm hated because he's going anytime I show any resentment, he's not giving me what I need.
That's why Tyler Perry put in that movie, "You'll Never Be Mrs. Cartwright."
Yep.
BGS.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
You got it. Go ahead.
That scene is epic. Where she's waiting for him in that hotel.
Oh yeah. And the wife shows up.
He's like, yeah, I'm Mrs. Cartwright.
Yeah, I'm Mrs. Cartwright.
Right.
Yeah, all you have in this room, he'll never show you in public.
Yeah. All you have is this hotel room.
Then when he got fired, he just she's like, what? He like, we gonna be together now? Like, no, I just got fired.
But so we got a son, so
I'm back to my wife's wife. But we have a son.
And he said, and that's what was like. That should kill. That's what the and you know the problem with these niggas. You take this her mixed kid, and it's proven evidence said do not respect. You let her be. For the
let me ask you this, Chaos. You ever heard of a redhead stepchild?
Yeah, we already gone for that.
Remember that? Where do you think the red hair comes from?
But who's gonna really replace the bag now? Now that this Batman gonna still do it?
Is the gynocratic culture that we've had for the last 20 years still in effect?
So even that guy, who's that guy?
Answer my question. Is the black gynocratic culture that we have for the last 20 years still in effect?
Yes.
Yes. By the
American so they will bring those little half black people back to the black community, okay, and be accepted. I see it all the time. I see it in my own family. Okay,
stepdads, or even worse, some of them are forced to be cuckolds back in during Jim Crow and everything. Don't forget that.
The only thing that the black people will not really accept is the full-on white person being accepted into the family. That's problematic.
Yeah.
Now we
Mhm.
accept
Yeah.
They better accept the black man when he has his non-black woman and his kids. They better accept that.
So, yeah, the thing is we have been conditioned to accept certain things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. BJ's to your
Go ahead.
if I may.
Yeah,
To your point before scandal.
How many minutes you got, AB? You gotta be respectful.
Just a few more minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, to your point, BJ's. Also, besides scandal, before that, I remember in your generation there was a movie called Mandingo. And y'all remember the dynamics of that one?
Mandingo was a slave movie, and women could accept it. Okay, we're talking about a modern day powerful black woman. Okay, being a bed wench to a president. Okay, openly a bed wench to a president. Okay, with all and she was actually engaged to a senator that could have been president.
I remember that scene where when he talked to her, what she said, what love was, and he looked at what do you think love is.
Yeah,
So it's supposed to be messy. This.
Yep.
But I know all the black women I went to church with loved that show, Scandal.
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 I said, okay, when I saw that scene about the white woman calling her a whore, I said, got them. They can't ignore this. Okay, they did not say squat. I said, okay. I said that changed my whole outlook on pro-black and black women.
Yeah. And I bet, I bet when you said something there, here come one of the Cuckold brothers. That's a sister.
That's a sister.
That's a sister.
That's a sister.
Stuttering like Stan Shaw in Harlem Nights.
I hear it all the time. No, I'm not gonna. I am not gonna start an impromptu stream, sir.
You know, it's funny because
not tonight.
The Daughter Trade, when that book came out in 2017, 2016, between those years.
2016.
The scandal went off the air, but the next year in 2018.
Yeah.
I killed this book for that.
I killed about four black female anti-manosphere careers with that one book.
Which book is that?
Daughters of the Trade. No, it was I got what was her name? It was two. Brooklyn Blue was one.
Okay.
I remember her.
There's the other chick, I can't remember her name. She was another, and there's two more. I killed their careers with that book.
Too bad it killed.
Brooklyn Blue packed up all her stuff and just disappeared. Okay. Got nothing else to say.
She got destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she a real one. She knows that. Oh, it's been
every time I put a black woman on the clock about something. Okay, it's always black men that come in and rescue her. Okay, of course. Same thing. Cynthia G was on the ropes and O'Shea and Obsidian rescue pulled her out of the trash. I said, okay, I was done after that.
BGS, I gotta do it. I gotta do this.
They need the money. They need the money. She gotta keep talking about.
They got to keep black female fuckery alive to make their money. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta do. Because you talk about the blue suede shoes. I remember doing this. I said, faster than a menopausal woman's hot flash, more powerful than a bed winch's fake orgasm. Quicker to drop his values, quicker than a falling elevator. Look, up on the block. It's a bug. It's a blue jay. No, it's Captain Save-A-Ho in blue suede shoes.
I mean, the Kick Rocks video I did on her was killing her channel. Okay.
Kick Rocks.
Killing her channel and
the Puffin killer kicking the rocks. You saw, I remember.
O'Shea and Cerulean came in and saved her channel. They did. I was done after that.
Dr. Gray.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He ran over there on a heartbeat. Okay. Yeah, he was over there all the time and brought
what
in
a
few more.
They had to go over there and save Cerulean a couple times.
Huh? Yeah.
They had to go over there and save. Y'all had to go over there and save Cerulean a couple times because he was getting.
The Winter Soldier chip kicked in, huh? Okay.
We'd have to talk about offline about Cerulean. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no problem. We can talk about that offline.
We got to remember Cerulean was naval intelligence, so you have to.
Oh yeah.
So. I finally
No,
realized what
I don't
he's
know.
here to do. I was his target. Okay.
Oh, damn.
There's that explains why I always was afraid of him for some reason. I had this sense it made me
Yeah,
uneasy for some reason.
it's a long sordid story. Okay, about who's weaved
Okay.
in. AB knows some of it. About who was
Mhm.
involved. Okay, but
We'll talk offline. We'll
yeah.
talk offline.
AB, who's involved. So the troll, the master troll wasn't by himself. He had a lot of help behind the scenes.
Oh.
Remember that? Am I telling you that? Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And guess who was helping him? That crew over there. Let's put it that way. Yeah. That's how come I don't
That
like
kind of
him.
hurts.
No, that's how come I like him. Okay. Yeah.
No.
That's why. That's how come he has animus for me, because he knows I don't like his ass. Okay.
All right. We'll talk about this offline.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
There's a lot I need to learn.
I don't like spilling stuff out front, like on Front Street like that. This is
Fair
behind the
enough.
scenes stuff. Yeah.
So that's why you fell out with everybody. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I'm the one person who can actually blow up their narratives, and I do all the time. Hey, that's why they can't stand me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the nail in the coffin was Kamala Harris. Okay. They can't come back from that one, even though they try.
See, it was a disaster in the making. This 2024, 2025. 25 has been an interesting year. 2024 was just a complete disaster, and shit was inevitable.
I told you guys, because AB, you all know, man. I was telling you about 2024 or politically.
Yeah.
Get right to get rep.
Hey, Gary, get what you? Yeah, well, that's 2019, and right after that, COVID came in, and then it's been downhill from there. But I told you 2024 about Biden. I told you if they cannot send Trump to prison or indict him, then he's probably gonna win president. I kept saying that. Okay, people didn't believe it.
He won.
He won. I
He
told
won.
you.
Okay, on that note, it's time.
All right. All right.
Thank
Let's stay offline.
Please join the Chaos Reign Show. As you can tell, you see the amount of nice badge and custom emojis. Ooh. So as you can tell, join the Chaos Reign Show. As you know, there are some perks. As you know, there are 2 tiers of membership. Membership 1, $2.99. As you know, the first membership, as it tells from the description, exclusive members only videos, and also some videos that will be only depending on the situation will be put on members. Not every video will be members only, but the ones that are members only or custom members only videos, you'll see mostly on the first tier. Stage 1, called Enter the Chaos, Stage 1. Now, the other one, the $7.99 one. As you know, there's early access to new videos, member shoutouts, photos, and status updates. Maybe I had to edit. I might not put no photos, maybe updates. I might. We'll see, depending on how many people join the top tier one. And like always, exclusive members and members only live streams. And personally, as this builds up, I might do the live streams members only here more, mostly, roughly, than what's given here. But we have videos, so depending what is I could put on here, it post mostly will be on the first tier. The second tier, depending how much is built up, there might be more exclusive live streams. Might be a little raw cut, uncut stuff, maybe on the members only True Chaos uncut version, which it speaks for itself. And another thing, if y'all did not know, there's a way why I priced the 2 memberships the way they are. If you could really understand the subliminal numbering of why I choose the first tier $2.99 and the other one $7.99, I'll say this. I doubt people's gonna figure it out, but let's say for the sake of conversation, they come across why I came up with these pricings. I might give you a maybe exclusive, maybe a shout out, or maybe more. Who knows? Maybe something special. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So, you know, contemplate why I priced my channel the way it is. There's a certain codified code I use the numbers for a reason. I can't give you more detail than what I just gave you now. So I want you to think deeply on that when you catch the replay of this video. So those are membership.
Chaos. They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Must reign.